Hey, everybody. Welcome to another show of Corner Pub Sports. We have a huge one for you tonight. Big Five legend Fran Dunphy joining us tonight. And we have two great guests, Whitney and Michelle from the Girls Throw 2 podcast joining us. We're going to talk Sixers playoffs. We got Corner Pub popcorn. We got SSCS. We got all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a great show. And Mike is back in the house. Corner Pub Sports.
It's time for the best podcast around. Grab a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show. This is Corner Pub Sports.
This is Lenny Dykstra Nails coming at you. Listen to Corner Pub Sports.
Fuck with my ass, man. Shit.
Pub Sports.
That is right. Mikey is back in the house. The band is back together. We got everybody back in person for the first time. Oh, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It feels normal again.
Give it a few minutes.
15 months.
Something like that, right? 15 months? Yeah, you're exactly right. So like I said in the intro, we have a huge show for you tonight. Fran Dunphy. We're going to be playing back an interview that Mike and I did with him last night. And two great guests, Michelle and Whitney from the Girls Throw 2 podcast will be joining us. But first, let's get right to it, guys. Before anything. What are we drinking? Ryan's got the Bacardi rum. Mike's got
Hazy
Sierra.
Little Thing IPA, Sierra Nevada.
Ryan's got iced tea, Gary's got iced tea, and I got the old fashioned. I got the old fashioned lager. So,
and later.
What?
Night turning that kind of night.
Yeah.
Devil's. What is it called?
Devil's Devil.
Devil's Devil.
It's a cinnamon spirit.
It's like a Bobo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like wearing
For those that can't afford Fireball, you get Devil's Devil.
It's like wearing a pair of B-Box. Bobos, they cost $1.99. Bobos, they make your feet feel fine. Bobos.
Shut the fuck up!
So let's get at it, guys.
I don't think Fireball's all that good. So, I mean,
It can't be much different.
Yeah, exactly.
Something happened this week. Sixers moved on past the first round.
No Embiid, no problem.
Yeah.
Blowout victory. Looked a little sketchy in the first half, and then they blew the doors off in the second half.
Right.
That's they changed their. I think it's playing. They changed the defensive scheme in the second half. First half they let them get off, kept it close. They almost played it like a road game.
Yeah.
And then I don't care what anybody says. The defensive player of the year dominated the second half.
He looked absolutely. He was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The team looked fantastic, I should say. The shooting has been absolutely. Yeah, the shooting's been absolutely.
Danny Green's been hot and cold, but I mean, he's always hot and cold, but his defense makes up for when he's not.
That game 5, Danny Green shot like shit. He was still a +9
Yeah.
for the game. I'm so glad they didn't trade him.
I agree. It's funny because during the season we all had that conversation where we're like, man, what would you give up? What would you give up for this guy? What would you give up for that guy? And we were all saying Danny Green was sort of a liability on defense for them earlier in the year.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was that it might have just been that Danny Green played so late into the season last year
For that bearded clan.
and it may be that he didn't really want to turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Like Danny Green knows, when it's time to turn it up.
Yeah, he's a veteran.
He's a
waiting for
veteran.
his spot, get his
Exactly.
legs back under him. Yeah.
All right.
He knows when it really matters the most.
Yep.
I mean, I got to tell you, were you worried? Because in case you were living on a rock, Joel Embiid is day to day. He injured himself during Game 4, and
It's a very nice rock.
it's a very nice rock, isn't it?
rock.
Really,
Very nice rock.
very nice.
I
So
didn't think the rock was so fucking good. I got a torn meniscus.
yeah, a slight tear in his meniscus, and actually, Callie's in the chat room, and Callie, I don't want to throw anything out there, but Callie has a connection and with Joel Embiid, and Embiid's telling him that he's fine. He's basically saying everything's fine. He feels okay and nothing to worry about. So there was also a story. I forget who was it. Keith Pompey. I think Keith Pompey came out with the story, basically saying like he might have had this for a while. It's just that when he fell and hurt his hip, that
He aggravated it.
the scan showed that.
Got a pain in there, so they were taking a look at it, and then they found it.
Mhm.
And if he's been playing with this for a while, that makes me even less worried because
No.
of the way he's been playing.
Now,
Right.
my understanding on this, and I did read an article from a doctor that talked about it. I don't think this ever really heals.
Not without surgery.
No, the doctor has to go in and clean it up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the cleanup surgery takes a long time to recover from.
Hmm.
So I don't know what.
Well, that's not what I heard, though, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Now you may.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I'm
I
sure
may
it's
be
a bunch
wrong.
of different articles that are out there. Yeah.
I heard that most likely the game plan is after the season, rest it for like 2-3 weeks, see what he gets, and then if they have to clean it up in 6 weeks, he should be running.
Okay.
And then resuming like about 2 weeks after that, resuming basketball activities.
I mean, I'm not an athlete. I had it done. I was back to work in 10 days.
You're certainly not an
You
athlete.
remember Dean Miller?
I mean,
You fat bitch!
To be fair.
To be fair.
You remember Dean Miller from
Fuck you,
SED?
yeah.
Fucking chip bag.
Well, he had a torn meniscus, and he's an athletic dude. Plays in the basketball leagues at the Y, always at the gym and stuff.
Once in a while, does drive-bys and stuff like that.
But he had a torn meniscus. He had it done. He was back to work in 2 weeks,
Was it? Yeah.
and then back playing ball in a month.
I tore my meniscus. It hurts. It hurts right here.
It hurts.
It hurts.
All right, so I mean, Joel should be back. Should be back for game 1.
I think he's back being one.
So do I.
Yeah.
What's the point? Rest is not going to make it heal. What's the point of not playing?
Mhm.
Like if you're going to try to play through it, what's the point of taking this game off?
Mhm.
If Ahura tears her meniscus, can she collect workers' comp?
So if
I don't know, man.
do you think that the reason he didn't play is he was still kind of nursing it in pain? Game 5.
I'm telling you right now, if it was Game 7, he's
He
out.
would play.
He's
playing.
playing. Yeah,
yeah.
I was talking to several people, and everyone said the same thing. If it was Game 7, he's playing.
He didn't play because you
You didn't need him.
You
You're
knew
up
you
3-1. Yeah,
you
if
knew
you-
you could beat them without him.
dude. I got to tell you,
Same thing with this team that we're getting ready to play.
Yeah, just to recap, we're gonna get to the Fran Dunphy interview in about 5 minutes here, and we're gonna come out to the Sixers afterwards. But real quick, Washington's defense, they had no defense. That was one of the worst defensive teams I've ever seen in a long, time.
And they got a couple decent. That might be Scott Brooks. That was his problem in Oklahoma City. He had a lot of
Mhm.
talent there and never played defense. But they got a couple nice young players too in that
The center.
Gafford,
Gafford,
and
Yeah,
Hachimura.
Yeah, Hachimura is a decent defender.
You know what?
Gafford,
Hachimura's a decent defender, man.
yeah,
Toby tore him up
yeah.
all
Yeah.
day long.
Well, we were saying Gafford is the poor man's Andre Iguodala. He's like Andre Iguodala's like half brother.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got the receding hairline. He's got the fucking underbite and everything.
But if they get the right coaching and stuff, like they could be developed. They got the two of them got potential to be
Mhm.
solid NBA players, man.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal's got to get out of Washington though.
Oh yeah.
He's got to get out of Washington.
He kind of seemed like he might.
Another
want to get out.
tragic tale, wasted talent.
I tell you what, I wouldn't mind.
I won't mind
having
Bradley
it.
Beal.
No.
I would not mind Bradley Beal.
I gotta be honest. So you guys are asked this. I have a new setup here tonight. It's looks pretty good to me. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
pretty clear. It looks pretty good. No
Yeah, that's
lagging.
First I'm said, but so far no lag.
Yeah, no, it looks good. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Callie said he thinks they're one superstar away.
Who?
The Sixers,
No. The Washington.
They got two of them.
even if they get 3, if they're not playing defense,
Right.
and plus the fact that Westbrook, if you want to call him a superstar, and he is, I guess he's a superstar.
He is.
But
I
he
hate
just-
him, but
he don't make anybody better though. I mean, you've said it a million times. So
yes.
superstar or not, like I don't know what it is. I don't know if he jacks up too many shots. He needs the ball in his hand. I don't know what it is, but he gets triple doubles and his team loses.
Yeah, like it doesn't. He averages a triple double for his career practically, and he never through his career made anybody. It's like he makes them worse.
But you know what? The other thing is Bradley Beal. Does Bradley Beal play defense? Do you think that if he plays on a better team, he might be better defensively? I don't know.
I got to be honest with you. Beal or Westbrook, either one of them to me play any defense. Like,
but that's what I think. Like if Beal's on a team, even just for instance, like the Sixers, on the Sixers, he doesn't have to play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Just light up the offensive end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why they're never going to do anything in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Probably needs more popcorn in his diet.
No, that was Westbrook.
Westbrook just needs some more rocks.
Bradley
true.
Beal. Bradley, I'll make you squeal.
And if you don't know, we're referring to Westbrook as Bodie from The Wire.
Or Kenny from Oz, if anybody.
Dude, I got to tell you, he really does.
He looks just like him.
He does look like him, man. He's just got more of a bitch face. Westbrook does.
Hey, he's got the kind of face you want to chuck bricks
Well, the
at.
other thing is, all he does is bitches.
He's got a kind face, the kind you want to chuck bricks
I've
at.
never seen.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can't say that. Half the NBA players work the refs just as much as he does.
Or the kind you want to throw
bad.
popcorn at.
Yep. Well, I got
He does, but that series was horrifically officiated.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was like you could tell that the NBA wanted to try to extend the series to put drama. Like that, it was horrendously officiated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I know that.
But as professionals,
Washington
you got to
didn't get great
overcome
calls
that.
either.
They did.
Yeah. What was that, Mike?
Washington.
Sorry, Mike.
Washington didn't like. There was a couple bad calls on Washington too. I think it was bad on both sides.
Yeah,
it was
I'm
worse
not
for the
just saying-
Sixers. Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
like I'm not just saying on the Sixers end of it. Like there were terrible calls in every game on both sides.
Yeah.
Callie said he's a human spaz on and off the court. He needs anger management. He's
Could,
you know what
he could get hit by a bus for all I care. Fuck that anger management.
you know what it is, dude. He's an intense player. Like I do respect that. It's just
But
he does have that
like
fucking
we talked
face.
about it that a week or two ago. It's the Cam Newton thing. It's okay to be an intense competitor. That's great.
Jitbag.
That's great. But you got to be an intense competitor when it's not going good too.
Mhm.
When things are going great, good, you're and you got you're flexing. But when things are going bad, you got the Cam Newton thing going on. You got to tell
He is the old like now first, and we said this, but just to reiterate, he is the Cam Newton of the NBA. Although he's been more consistent and more successful than Cam Newton has been in his
Cam
career.
Newton had one really good year.
Yeah.
And
then,
what 8 years?
But the
a couple
attitude,
okay years.
but the attitude and the stat pattern are right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to argue.
Even a game that Russell Westbrook had the triple double in this series.
Didn't mean anything.
It didn't mean anything because he padded his stats and we were up 32.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So go ahead.
It's Bradley Beal after the series said after the Sixers. By the way, the Sixers won 4-1. Bradley Beal said, "I know in my heart we could have taken them to 7." I'm like,
no, you can't. No.
you fucking got blown out like 3 of the games. You
No,
got
you can't.
blown out of the building.
What do
No,
you
you
expect
can't.
him to say?
And the game was
Not
that's
say
true.
that. Like, don't say that. I could have taken them to 7.
and the game one started slow because of the officiating. Like the officiating game one was the worst game.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the only reason that one started slow. You're lucky you won a game.
They are
And you
like-
only got
yeah.
that game because that Simmons was in foul trouble and Embiid left.
Yep.
It's the only reason you won.
Mike, I would have gotten a beer. I'm
Fuck, Sean.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
the producer,
fucked up.
bartender, fucking commenter, whatever, moderator. What the
Jack
fuck?
of all trades, master of none.
Jack of all trades.
I got news for you, pal. You ain't
You're not
leaving
the
but two
master of
things
that.
right now: Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, so we're gonna get back.
Your ass.
We're gonna be back to the Sixers
Shit.
in a few minutes here, but first we have an interview with Fran Dunphy, former University of Penn head coach, former Temple Owls head coach, who was kind enough to come on, and he's going to share some awesome stories with you guys, and we're pretty excited to have him on.
Yeah,
Mike and I had
absolutely.
the chance to sit down and talk to him last night. So we're going to play back that interview for you guys.
Maybe have a shot while we're listening.
Probably. Yeah, why not? But the reason why we had him on, the main reason why we had him on, and I mentioned this last week in our show, Philadelphia lost a legend, and there's going to be people who aren't going to know who he is, and you should. And that's one of the main reasons why I want to bring him on. Jim Fennerty. Jim Fennerty was a high school coach for Germantown Academy, but the thing is, like, Jim Fennerty made an impact on many kids' lives. He coached for over 30 years. He won 17 titles with Germantown Academy, which is out of 30 years. I mean, he just had an incredible track record. But on top of everything, he was just an incredible person, incredible human being. It just, he was at my wedding. I mean, he showed up at the wedding and stuff, and he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, but he meant a lot. He meant a lot to my wife, and it was, he was a big family friend and stuff. So, so that was one of the main reasons why we had him on. And then we get into some of his personal stories, and it's pretty cool because he has some pretty cool stories about late nights and stuff with the other coaches. So, without further ado, guys, I want to play this for you guys, and we hope you enjoy it. Corner Pub Sports, sitting down with the one and only Fran Dunphy. We hope you guys can enjoy. Once it starts. Joining us here on Corner Pub Sports, legendary Big Five head coach, college coach, coached University of Pennsylvania for many years, moved on to Temple. He is no longer coaching, but his legendary status is intact, especially here in the city. Probably one of the greatest Ivy League coaches of all time is joining us on the phone. We are honored to have Fran Dunphy. Fran, thank you so much for coming on with us.
My pleasure. Great to be with you guys, and anytime we can talk sports in Philadelphia is a great thing, and I think we're all teammates in that regard. People who just care about sports in this town. It's obviously we have a wonderful opportunity with being such a great pro town and college town. So appreciate what you guys are trying to do. Absolutely.
So, one of the main reason why I asked you to come on, I had we all had a friend pass away recently. He was a family friend. He was actually at my wedding. I didn't know him too well. He was more a friend of my wife's and her family. But Germantown head coach Jim Fennerty passed away a few weeks ago suddenly. It was kind of a little bit of a shock to everybody, and I just know that Jim was a really good guy. The players loved him, the students loved him, his family loved him. He was very much a family man. But I know that you guys had a relationship, and I thought you'd be the perfect guest to have on. And if you wouldn't mind, maybe telling the audience, maybe what kind of person Jim was.
Well, yeah, he certainly was an icon in Philadelphia high school basketball. And the reality is we're so blessed to have so many terrific guys in Philadelphia from, I hate to mention other guys just because I'm probably going to forget somebody, but there's probably 10 to 15 great coaches in the Philadelphia area that have just spent countless years and very successful years coaching high school basketball in a very winning fashion. So, and Jim was certainly one of those. He had a remarkable career at Germantown Academy, and the teams that he had, and the people that he coached, and the people that he touched, not only his players but also the students that he had in the classroom. And he just did it with a great deal of character and integrity, and he certainly will be missed in the high school arena. Not that he was coaching anymore, but he certainly was influencing people's lives. And I had a chance to have his son Jimmy work with us at Temple for a couple of years as a graduate manager, and he did a terrific job. And obviously now is a full-time coach with Aaron McKee at Temple, and doing a wonderful job. And so just pleased to talk about him at any turn because of the impact that he made in Philadelphia high school basketball.
Yeah, I mean, especially, you being, the next level, I hate to say next level up, but you know what I mean? Next to collegiate level up, I guess I should say. You get to, see him develop these players, and once in a while, maybe one would come through your system. And, being a college coach yourself, what kind of impact do you think like someone like Jim makes on an athlete like that and on a student like that? Coming through the system and just trying to not only play the right way, but play with respect and respect each other and so on. I mean, what kind of impact do you think, something like that really makes on a person.
Yeah, I think he had a great impact on all those kids that he coached, and when you would go watch them play, whether it was a game or in practice, you knew the kids were understanding of what their roles were, how much being a great teammate was important for them. Obviously, they wanted to win as many games as they could, but even if they weren't successful on the scoreboard, I think Jim had their best interest at heart always. And not only was it playing for a Germantown Academy, but then when they went on and played at the college level, you knew as a college coach you were going to get somebody who was well versed in the fundamentals of the game, but also how to be a terrific teammate. And it wasn't going to be about them solely. Do we want them being terrific players individually? Yeah, sure. But to be able to be on a team and understand the importance of that and how far reaching that is, that's not something we do just today. We do that for the rest of our lives, be good teammates. And especially that when those teams are successful, the guys on the team seem to be that much tighter as a group and stay together. And it's remarkable to watch.
And like to kind of like touch on that a little bit, like, just the impact that he makes on kids and stuff. So like a lot of times in sports, especially pro sports, we take these athletes for granted. We take the coaches for granted, and we look at them as just that, entertainers, as opposed to people. And obviously it starts when you're younger, as you're coming through the ranks, and to teach these kids to be people first. It's so important for something like that. And I don't know, like, how you, cause with Jim being such a family man and being at his, going to this viewing and seeing all the pictures with him and his grandkids and all, and it really hits home because it just makes you think like every single person who puts on a pair of basketball shorts is in that same kind of situation. They all have families, they all have stuff like that. And I just think it's important to for everybody to kind of remember that everyone's human. We all have these emotions, we all have these family ties and so on. And I think this people kind of take that stuff for granted.
Yeah, I mean, he was certainly a terrific family man and a great role model for the kids on the teams that he coached to follow. And, he brought his family around, and he was so respectful to the people that came into his program and to the families that came into his program. And he shared all of that with his own family, his two children and his wife, Mary. And they just cared so much for the kids that were on that team. So that's what's so great about it, especially at the high school level. You can even get more involved in these kids' lives at the high school level, but stay involved as they go to college too. They're always coming back at the holiday time or in the summertime and coming back to the campuses of these high school icons, and they get great guidance, they get great mentoring, and Jim was right at the top of that class.
I definitely appreciate you sharing some insight about Jim, because I do think that our listeners and beyond need to know what kind of person Jim was, just because he was just so important to the program in this city, and the basketball program in this city, I should say. Do you have any personal stories you'd like to share
about Jim?
Yes.
He was actually a couple years younger than I, and he was a student at LaSalle when I was there, so many years ago. So we didn't necessarily connect then, but as soon as I got into college coaching, he started to really make his mark at the high school level in particular. He certainly was at Bishop Egan for a number of years as well. But then when he got to Germantown Academy, his career just blossomed. And I don't know that I have any anecdotal things that would be earth-shattering, other than just, when you went to watch his practices or went to watch his team play, you knew they were well-versed in the game. They had a plan, they had an attack, and they were going to stay with it, and they were going to be very competitive always. And the thing about Germantown Academy, when Jim was coaching them, they backed away from no one. They were absolutely challenged in every aspect, whether it was in the Interact League or as they stepped away from on their non-conference schedule and just played some of the best teams they possibly could. Because I think in Jim's case, and I think in so many of these high school coaches' cases, they think that their jobs are building memories and experiences for these kids, and they gave them great memories and great experiences. And I'm just so grateful that we have those guys to fall back on to say this is the role model we want to model ourselves after.
Absolutely.
So, Fran, you talk about Jim as a role model with the players and all of this. Do you recall any of them coming through and maybe even ones that you coached or, ones that you or the stories that you heard about him being almost a father figure to those guys or even, stories of how, he may have even saved their lives or something like that, taking them under his wing and kind of, or taking them under his wing and helping them when they were really struggling with some things?
Yeah, I think that's just the nature of what high school coaches do, what high school teachers do. You make such an impact, and you never know what kind of impact you make as you go about your daily life. But he was kind, he was gentle, he was just a good man, and that's what you want to have your children be around. I think it's as important a job as there is in the world to be a high school teacher and coach and, again, mentor. And obviously the kids that he coached at Germantown Academy were from a really good family background, so it wasn't like there was an abundance of kids that he had to take care of or really a parent at all. I think just about every one of them was, from really stable and good homes. I'm sure there were every once in a while somebody really needed extra attention, but Jim was ready to give that. But still, they're just, we all have needs, and we all think that our lives are okay. But when you're that young and there's things that bother you, you need to go somewhere to get it off your chest, or at least have somebody listen. And I think he was a terrific listener, and he was always available to those kids, and he would do anything for them. While he had 2 children, he had hundreds of children that he mentored. And again, it's a great tribute to a terrific person.
Yeah, that's great.
That's well said.
So, yeah, I mean, if we could maybe, I just want to transition from, one great coach to another, and just talk maybe just a little bit about your experiences. One being, obviously the transition from Penn to Temple, and what it was like to replace, be a legend yourself, but to replace one in Cheney, and as a friend and as just as that role, and what your experiences were like, and how it might have been difficult, or if it was an honor, or what your thoughts were with that.
Yeah, it was all of that. To what they always tell you in our business is, do not succeed a legend. Well, I guess I didn't get that memo, because to go to Temple, and it was, it was a very important part of my my whole career. I think I just wanted a new challenge, and not that I wasn't challenged at Penn, I certainly was, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity they gave me to be a Division I head basketball coach, and nothing would replace that. But when I decided to go to Temple, and I just needed John Cheney's support, and he gave that to me. But it was a daunting task, a very difficult thing to do. But he guided me, and he helped me immeasurably. And we would talk, every couple of weeks. He was not one of those guys that was coming to practice every day and hanging around. And but he was there for you. You knew that you had his support, and I could certainly count. I knew I was going to get phone calls if our team didn't play particularly well from a standpoint of taking care of the basketball. I knew I was going to get a call today if our turnovers were 15 to 20. I was going to be getting that phone call in the morning or early afternoon, and I look forward to it. I grew to really look forward to those conversations. because he was a terrific, terrific man who you talk about influencing lives and young people who are even today, they're looking back saying he may have been as important a figure in those young men's lives as anybody was. But he was over there, and in all honesty, there was a brilliance to him and a humanity to him that was extraordinary. He cared about everybody. He didn't, while he knew he was a terrific figure in the college basketball world, he also knew that he was making a difference in so many people's lives, and he influenced a lot of lives. He certainly influenced my life. And when he did pass away, I was beat up for a number of weeks, and still think about him often, and think about his family and the kind of people that they are. And he just was a terrific man, and I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to hang around with him for as much as I did.
Yeah,
Sure.
with John Chaney and some of the other coaches, I mean, the Big Five, obviously, if you live in the Philadelphia area, and even if you don't, you know about the rivalry between the schools, and it's so much fun when these teams get together and play. What kind of so I know you and John had a relationship after you joined Temple. I'm assuming obviously prior as well, but was it always friendly, or was there a lot of competition and kind of rivalry, or was it just kind of out of fun? And not just with John, but like the other coaches as well, Villanova and St. Joe's and so on.
Yeah, I think when you get to be a college basketball coach in particular, you have a tremendous respect for everybody who's already in the profession. But in Philadelphia, I think it was taken to a whole new level. If you were coming in to be one of these, be privileged enough to have one of these Big Five jobs, there was a certain way to comport yourself, and the guys who went before us taught us all of that. And the reality was when Temple showed some interest in me going there, I think I've told this story a lot, that my first move was, okay, I'll get back to you in a day. And I went to John and just said, listen, we need to talk. And I said, I'm interested in the Temple position, but I can't do it without your blessing. So if you said to me, this is not what you want to see happen, I have a great job, and I'm absolutely fine staying right where I am, but it's intriguing to me. So he did say that I would be one of the few people he would like to see follow him. Wow. So I feel better about that. But in terms of the relationship and the rivalry, and we were certainly trying to win every game we played against Temple. We weren't all that successful because of how good a coach he was and the kind of program he had. But it got to a point where my mother would make him cookies before every game that we would play. We would meet before the game, and he'd say, Franny, you got those cookies for me? I said, yeah, Coach. Get it. And that was the first thing after the game. It was always, I want to make sure I get those cookies. And he was eating some of them, but giving most of them away. And that's what he loved to do. He loved to just do little things for people that it's just great gesture of, again, of the humanity that the man possessed. But we had a great relationship, but more than that, just this great mutual respect. And most of it was coming from me, as it rightfully should, because he was just an amazing character.
Well, I'm sure that if John was around, he would be saying the same thing about you. 48 straight Ivy wins, Big Five, most wins in Big Five history. What's it, 516? That's pretty special as well. So, that definitely deserves some recognition.
Well, again, you're nice to say that. We've had some phenomenal coaches in the city. I just happen to be hanging around longer than most of them. Some of these guys, Chuck Daly, Dick Harder, Rolly Massimino, all those guys had made Jack Ramsey made such phenomenal impact on the city that I just was lucky enough to stay around in Philadelphia coaching for a long period of time. And I'm grateful for that. I feel like I'm one of the luckier people I've known. I was watching a little bit of Mike Krzyzewski's announcement of him making this his last year, and talked about how people believed in him, the opportunities he was presented with, but more importantly, the people that believed in him. And so we all have those people that have guided us and mentored us again, and made us feel better than we probably should have felt. And but we need that. We need people to take care of us. And I'm sure in your lives, both of your guys, you have your parents and you have your mentors out there that have taken great care of you. And now your job is to pass it along and pay it forward to the next group that's out there. And that's how we all felt about coaching in this city.
That's a perfect segue, Fran, because I was going to ask you. Now you're athletic director at Temple, and so do you still miss coaching a lot, or are you very satisfied where you are now?
Well, you miss the competition. There's no question about it. That's what you live for. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds, you miss that the sickness stomach before every game, and the nausea that you feel. And but once the ball goes up, I mean, it's just you forget about all of that. You're coaching your guys, and you're hoping they're gonna that they are well prepared and that they're gonna play well, and you want them to play well for themselves and for their families and for their universities and just for their teammates. You want them to understand how important that is, and what a privilege it is to coach. What a privilege it is to play college basketball, and I think that's the message you want to get across to these guys as much as you possibly can. So, do I miss it? Yeah, certainly. But this past year of being asked to be a interim athletic director has been very challenging, very interesting, and I've enjoyed it. To be very frank with you, it's been terrific.
That's awesome. It's great. It's great to hear.
Great. Yeah, I actually. This is another one of these, not a story, but an interesting tidbit. I actually was, I met Speedy Morris's son on Monday, believe it or not. I was at, it was my neighbor invited me over, and he just so happened to invite his son over. And he was just talking, and he, at the end of the conversation, he mentioned, who his father was. And he talked about, how he actually met you. I think it was the Final Four in New Orleans that all of the coaches went to, and just told not too many stories, but the one story just about how you guys definitely had enjoyed yourselves there, and the way you watched the game was definitely different. And you also mentioned a night where I don't know who was still out there at that time, but where you guys were the bar was closing at 2, and somehow the bar ended up still open at 4, and you guys were hanging out and, enjoying yourselves. So that was a pretty interesting tidbit that I heard. And, he mentioned you, he mentioned, John, and he mentioned, a bunch of you guys over there just really enjoying the time. So, that was a fun story to hear about, and something that I think our listeners would enjoy.
I'm not sure of exactly where it was. We would hang out, just talk basketball till all hours of the morning. Lots of napkins, lots of pens on napkins, and X's and O's and those kind of things. So you could do that forever. Yeah. Because think about all those guys that were in the city, and they were ready to share anything. And again, the respect that everybody had for each other while you're trying to beat the pants off of somebody on a given night. As soon as the game's over, you're best of friends. And again, that respect factor is something I think sets us all apart. And some of the stories that other coaches will say is that here we are in the city of Philadelphia, and we'll go on the road, whether it's, let's say, there's a tournament in Las Vegas or in Orlando or in Milwaukee or wherever we found ourselves going. We're all sitting together, just BSing and watching the same kids, but with, again, this mutual respect. And people would say, how can you guys hang together? You're trying to beat the hell out of one another. But that's not how it is in Philadelphia. And a lot of that is because that's the way it was when we first got in it. That's what the elders taught us to do. And then, in recent years, we've had a program like the Coaches versus Cancer program that everybody has gotten behind. And it just galvanizes all the coaches in the city. And when you see a thing where Jim Fennerty passes away, the Philadelphia basketball community came in droves to support Jim and his family, and it was really beautiful to watch, to be honest with
Sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I would assume that when you guys are hanging in the bar, you guys are drinking club sodas, right? You guys aren't imbibing, right?
Well, I'm sure like when we were younger, we probably had a beer.
So,
those days are long gone.
Well, I was going to ask, our show is Corner Pub Sports, and usually when we have a guest on, our question to kind of let them go with is, when you were drinking, or if you still don't, what was your drink of choice?
Well, everybody drank those little 7-ounce Rolling Rocks. That's Mayor of Easttown. I'm sure they drank a few Rolling Rocks as well. So.
There's nothing wrong with Rolling Rocks. Rolling Rocks not bad. It's not too bad.
Once you get that job, though, you're minding your P's and Q's, and you don't do too much of any of that. You're worried about the next day and whatever else is coming at you, and you got some people to guide and mentor, and
sure.
So we're lucky to have been college basketball coaches, and the guys that are still doing it now, that are doing it in Philadelphia, are doing an unbelievable job. And you get a guy like Jay Wright, who's now going to be a Hall of Famer. It's just a remarkable career he's had, and you have so much respect for all these people and the work that they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I do have one more question. I know that we're trying to wrap up, but I just wanted to turn to the pros and just ask if you're following the pros and the playoffs, and just kind of, if you have any thoughts or predictions on it based on what you've seen.
Well, if I had a prediction, it would probably be something that would never come true, because I'm not very good at picking them. But I watch a lot of NBA playoff basketball. I don't know that there's a better game out there than playoff basketball, and because these guys are playing so hard, and you can see why the stars arrive in playoff time, because it's so hard to get a decent shot off that you have to be extraordinary to get that done, because once they tune in and they decide to shut you down, you've got to be really talented to get shots off or get shots for your teammates. So, I watch a guy like Harden, who is just an absolute genius with the basketball, and LeBron James and the things that he has done, and Joel Embiid's just an extraordinary professional basketball player.
Sure. Yeah.
I watch it. I certainly root for the Sixers. They're our hometown team, and the reality is every coach that has been at the Sixers has just taken great care of all the college coaches. And if you ever wanted to go watch a practice, they would always invite you in,
nice.
And it's been great time. And I haven't really gotten to know Doc Rivers, but I just have phenomenal respect for him and what he's done in his basketball career. He seems to be a wonderful man, and so we're lucky to have all these guys who have come through Philly, and they've all been great to the college coaches. So we all root for them, and it's just great when Philly teams do well.
So yeah, it sounds like you're a big Sixers fan then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just root like crazy to have the team do well, and it's our hometown team, and not only Sixers, but the Phillies and the Flyers and the Eagles, and the Union. I want to see them all do as well as they can, and because it's good for our city and great for the morale of the people that root for them like crazy.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, Fran, we cannot thank you enough for spending some time with us tonight. Talk about a bunch of topics, and we appreciate it. And best of luck with everything you do, and just continued success, Fran. Thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate it. You take care of yourself, and wish you success in this show that you have going on. So enjoy it and do the best you can at it, and all the best to you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Fran. It was a true honor, and again, really sorry for your loss of a good friend of yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. All the best, guys.
Thank you. Fran Dunphy. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Guys, a little treat for you guys. Fran Dunphy, the great Fran Dunphy, the the coveted. I didn't even mention Big Five Hall of Famer. He's in the Pennsylvania Hall of Fame. So that's pretty cool shit right there, man.
Nice pull, brother.
We got some cool stuff.
Sports with Fran Dunphy.
Callie just said it. Really good interview, guys. Always was a fan of him. I'm even more so now.
Nice.
That's nice, Callie. That's awesome, dude. Glad, dude. Same here. I didn't know. Thank you, Dave. Dave said a nice interview. I didn't know how it was going to go.
Stroking.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, you got to stroke each other. You know what I mean? Fuck, dude. Like that was,
that was great.
Thanks,
that was good
man.
stuff.
I appreciate it, man.
It was like a dream come true I'm up to Gary's at least one. We all know how Gary feels about basketball.
But my question,
even Gary was sitting there like intrigued by the story.
But, I'm a big five. Like, you know what I mean? It's a part of my DNA. But you two guys especially, like yous are much more into the big five than I am, even. So, like, you know what I mean? That's awesome, man. That was a great interview. Well done, guys.
So while we're doing the interview with him, just to go back behind the curtains real quick, I remember being in middle school, high school, and I'd be watching Comcast Sportsnet or whatever it was called back in the day. It might have been something else. It wasn't Comcast. It was something else. Back in the day, it was the Sports Rise, and they were constantly covering the Big Five games. And remember seeing Fran Dunphy and just watching what he was doing with his teams and stuff and how impressive it was. And while we're talking to him, I'm going, holy shit! Like, I was a fucking kid watching you coach these teams to success. Granted, they never won the NCAA tournament, but he won several AAC tournaments and
he won the A10 a couple times.
A10 a couple times, right.
What is it? The AAC,
the Atlantic AAC,
yeah.
Right.
And then obviously in the Ivy League, he dominated the Ivy League. He was untouchable in the Ivy League.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder.
He won the Ivy League like 10 times or some fucking crazy number like that. It was crazy.
Like if he was just in a different area where he got a job at a huge school, what kind of job he could have done?
Yeah, what the one thing that I and he kind of touched on it though. He just touched about like how big of a town it is from a high school and college and pros in Philadelphia. But I wanted to ask him about is there anything like what Philadelphia has in college basketball when you have 6 schools within like a 15-mile radius of each other that play each other that, I know North Carolina is close. They got, maybe the 4 with Wake Forest, Duke,
Wake Forest, and North Carolina State.
Yeah. But I don't even know, like half of them, are they all in the same conference? Do they play each other?
Right. Yeah.
I guess most of them are. Most of them are in the ACC.
But yeah, that's
pretty cool, man.
That's a good point, Mike. Like, because the Big Five is the foundation of college basketball in Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
Like, you have the bigger, which Villanova's kind of become the bigger school because of the way they've won.
Oh yeah, I mean they're
over the last 10 years.
They're the cream of the crop, but yeah, just in general. I mean, there's places. Obviously, North Carolina. There's other places where you could find 2 schools that have more success than the 5 or 6. But just in general, is there an area where you have 5 or 6?
New York has a good one. Yeah, New York has a few, but yeah, I mean, there's a few, like Georgetown. There's a few, but
Georgetown's
in Washington.
Oh, that's right.
Georgetown, Maryland.
So never mind. So hold on.
Shut the fuck up!
Yes, I will.
Yeah, Syracuse is in Central New York.
Fuck me in my ass.
Callie just said his record was 310 and 163.
That's a Penn only.
That's a fucking. That's just Penn only. Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Yeah.
All right. So real quick before.
So excitement aside, guys, where the nerves set in.
Oh yeah,
apparently like we were just listening back, and I'm like, Jesus, well, I just asked a fucking question for Christ's sake.
You just did an interview with Fran Dunphy.
Yeah. But the cool part is though, like, I mean, we've talked to dude, I was like.
Don't fucking discount it. He's a legend.
I fucking idolized Lenny Dykstra as a kid. You know what I mean? But I guess we were also drunk when we interviewed Lenny.
Yeah, but you know what? Lenny Dykstra is a little bit. He's a little easier to talk to because he's a little bit younger. He's a little closer to our age. Like Fran Dunphy as like a legend, as an older guy, you just didn't want to. You didn't want to.
You don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
this is like Lenny Dykstra's a fun-loving dude that you can get drunk and just have
Talk
a good
shit
time
to.
with and
Yeah.
talk shit with.
Like
Fran
Fran Dunphy's like talking to your dad or your
Yeah, or
uncle.
your grandfather.
Yeah, that's true,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
That's
a guy
true.
that grew had like Fran Dunphy and
That's a
all
good
of us
point.
has a like part of grooming us in sports. You know what I mean? So I'd have been nervous.
Yeah, I was
Dykstra's
a
like
little
talking
nervous.
to your buddy, and Fran Dunphy's like talking to your grandfather.
Yeah.
That's
a good
like
point.
I would. Oh my! Like what,
Caller's got a point. Caller's got a point.
what am I going to ask this? Like,
It's true.
Hey, Grandpa, while you're there, give me a fucking beer, you old fuck.
So before
Geriatric fuck.
before our next guest come on, hopefully, Whitney and Michelle from Girls Throw 2, the podcast, which should be a lot of fun. Oh, Callie just said it took me back to the prison days. That's cool as shit, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad, you know, people like Callie and other people who are listening to the
Click.
show who can relate to that. It was so cool, man. It was really a nice experience to have.
Big ass
all that.
switch on the back of your TV.
Yeah, right. Yo, turn that fucking dial.
but yeah, I
The
remember-
Sixers. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
One of the, like I remember, getting ready for school, and I was always a person that like I'd like to be up and have 45 minutes or so before I had to roll out. So
Right,
I
that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Hey, you're embarrassing yourself, you geriatric fuck!
Fuck you. But I remember I would always put the, like you said, the Comcast Sportsnet on, or whatever
Right,
it
yeah.
was.
Whatever
I
it's
wa-
called, yeah, I
I
forget what
watched the highlights of the Big Five, and then
Rise.
Sports Rise,
Sports Rise. That's
Yeah,
it. Well done, bro. So I would it was Derek. No, it was.
No, it was, why am I forgetting his name right now? Because I'm still talk to him all the time.
Was that Danny Palmel's?
No, that's
it
before.
was
Ron Burke.
Ron Burke, yeah,
That's
Ron
it.
Burke.
That's it. But I would watch the highlights of the Big Five, and then I would go to Sports Center and get the rest of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like, it's just. I see,
Callie said they had school back then when you went.
like you're that much younger than me, you fuck.
Dave Peterson said that man had more basketball knowledge than all of us watching, and you guys and you guys there combined. Fucking
Yeah,
absolutely, Dave.
Absolutely.
All right, so speaking of
Like they're
basketball,
You know, and he's right, because I mean, and again, sorry to.
yeah, again,
but
maybe we'll never get to
the-
the Sixers again. That's fine.
But
We will.
But the fact that the coaches are sitting there talking and writing stuff on
Uh-huh.
napkins and stuff,
Right.
like writing on pens and napkins, like all kinds of plays. That's what you're like, yeah. So
That's the kind
clearly-
of shit that's gold.
There's
clearly
such a
there's-
camaraderie
yeah.
between the coaches.
So yeah,
Hey.
he has plenty of knowledge.
You know, I guess I'm
That's
trying to
gold,
think.
Jerry.
I'm
That's
trying to
gold.
think. Back then? So when Chaney was coaching Temple and Dunphy was with Penn, was
Who's coaching?
Rolly Massimino.
yeah, was he
Yeah,
still
he
with
was still
Phil?
going
That's
over.
what I'm wondering. Was
Jay
he
Wright
still with?
took over for Rolly.
Yeah, so great. Not a great story, but a cool story. So Tuesday I went golfing, and I golfed in Central Jersey, North Jersey. I was the guy gets out of the golf cart repaired with. The fucking dude was like 6'8", 6'9", and my father-in-law has a University of Kentucky hat. Oh, I played there. I played at Rupp Arena. We're like, and he's an older guy. And my father-in-law goes, "What do you mean you played there?" "Oh yeah, I was recruited by Leo. I played for Villanova for a year." And we're like, "Motherfucker!" So we're talking to his partner. He's like, "Oh no, he won't tell you. He was a really good fucking ball player. He only played for 1 year at Villanova and transferred back to St. Francis, back to his hometown in Brooklyn, because he was homesick. But he's like, he was a guard. I was like, he was a fucking guard. He's fucking 6'10". He looks like fucking Ben Simmons. Like he was tall as shit.
Yeah.
Couldn't golf with the motherfucker. I was the best golfer today, and that tells you a lot. That was
Oh
bad.
boy.
That was bad. That was
That's
pretty
a
bad.
course.
But anyway, hey Max, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Max?
Everybody say hi to Max, who's
What's up,
handling
Max?
our social
wait,
medias.
Wait. Shouldn't you be working? What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? So what are you
fuck.
doing? Yeah. What are you doing posting shit on here? Posting fucking no, I'm kidding. Max doing a great job, dude. He's doing a fantastic job this week.
Nice, Max. Well, nice to meet you. I mean, you can't.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't see
oh
you,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
Mike,
you-
yeah. You can see, you can see. There's Mike. Max didn't meet.
Welcome to the team.
Hide your
Yeah.
dog.
Did you get on him about a dog?
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah,
did.
he
Of course you
Yes,
did. Of
he
course you
did.
got
Yes,
on
he
him about a
did.
dog.
There's Cal. He's got a nickname for him already. Mad Max. I love that.
Yeah,
I
Max.
love
All
that.
right, cool.
All right, so real quick before our next guest come on,
Is this the fucking Thunderdome?
maybe they come on. Maybe.
All right, let's get to the Sixers. So we
Sixers' next opponent is the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks.
Resurgence of Clint Capella a little bit. Obviously, Trey Young.
So Trey kills the Sixers, man.
Hold up. This is going to feed into something.
Jesus Christ.
But
we're getting
don't give me this Trey Young shit. Don't give me this Hawks. We're worried without Embiid.
Do you think he's going to bow at Wells Fargo Center midcourt? Do you think he's doing a bow here?
No, he's not. Because you know why? One thing that nobody.
No, why?
Nobody.
Tell us.
What nobody's taking into consideration, Trey Young's going to do this. Trey Young's going to do that. We have 3 perimeter defenders we can put on them that can shut them down. Ben Simmons, George Hill, and Matisse Thybulle.
Now, he might be quicker than all 3 of them. Although Thybulle's damn quick.
Right. So, but one thing that's not being taken into consideration, who is Trey Young going to guard on the Sixers? The guy doesn't play a lick of defense. Their bench was minus 30 against the Knicks in that series. Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett did absolutely nothing, not because of the Hawks' defense, because they didn't show up.
No, Julius Randle didn't show up at all.
Right, so don't give me this. We're worried.
He must have been nervous or something. I don't know what it was.
We're worried about the Hawks bullshit.
Although Julius Randle was not that great, he was comeback player of the year.
He had a good player. He had a good year.
No, he had a really good year,
but he can't be your best player and expect to win.
Well, I guess that's my point. Maybe he kind of caught lightning. Maybe he caught lightning in a bottle during the regular season.
Right.
Because the law of averages says that he's not an MVP caliber player.
So I'm with or without Embiid, which I think Embiid's playing. Like he's playing. But
true.
With or without him, the Sixers in 5. Like this. Yeah, this is a joke. Like
Ryan, I got to be honest with you. So here's some things. So you got Trey Young. You have Bogdanovich. You have DeAndre Hunter. You have Clint Capella. You have Daniel Gallerini. You have, I don't know. I mean,
and them guys can't create. Trey Young is the only guy that can create.
John Collins is a good player.
He was minus 18 in that series.
John Collins was?
Yes.
Jesus, he did his homework.
Damn, all them names combined sound like a fucking communicable disease department in the fucking hospital.
Minus 18 in that series.
Bogdanovich.
Callie said he's a stats guy, not made for the playoffs. I guess he's talking about Trey Young. I got it. So Bogdanovich is a good fucking player, though.
Bogdanovich.
Yeah, he is, but does he worry you?
No, and here's why. And this is the only reason why I fucking need to bring up. We just played against Bradley Beal, who is I don't know if he finished the year the top scorer.
Second best.
Curry got him at the last game of the season. Curry got him.
And Russell Westbrook, who was a triple-double fucking icon who passed Oscar Robertson this year, who consistently puts up numbers. You had 2 of those guys, and you fucking beat them at 5. You should beat them at 4 if it wasn't.
Yeah, but Atlanta. Washington's debated. Atlanta's
Washington. Now Washington went 17-6 down the stretch, though. Like, let's be honest. Like, Washington was one of the hottest teams in the NBA going down the stretch.
But since March, Atlanta had the best record in the NBA.
So that doesn't worry you about?
No, I'm not.
Callie says Hunter is basically Bertans, but with a ginger snatch.
I'm like I said, I'm not. There's nobody. I mean, Trey Young can light you up, but even if he lights you up, nobody else can do anything on that team with this team.
I could see it going 6, but I'm with you guys. I'm calling 5.
With or without Embiid?
I'm saying 5. I'm saying 5.
I think it's 6 at least.
I say 6 without Embiid, 5 with Embiid.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm out. I don't know.
No. I don't know, man. This is
so you watching a little bit, though, guy? You're watching a little bit. Yeah. Got into it a little bit.
Yeah, he's getting there. But when the Eastern Conference Finals come around, that's going to be a must-watch TV.
I mean, put Embiid and Simmons aside. The guy I like watching is Maxey.
Yo, that kid is going to be a stud.
Man, he is fast.
Yeah, you know what? What a weird season. What a roller coaster season. Beginning of the year, we were all over them. We loved them. Then all of a sudden, we're like, yeah, fucking throw him in for whatever you can get. Definitely throw him in for Lowry. Definitely. Oh, well, no, fuck that. Throw him in. He's we got Shake Milton. Shake Milton, on the other hand.
Oh, my God.
But
good riddance.
Yeah, but all of a sudden now we're back on board with now Tyrese Maxey's going to be your sixth man.
Yeah, he's got to get Shake's minutes. He did the other night.
Well, yeah, I mean Shake's out of the rotation right now.
Yeah, he has to be.
And
how can you run that fast and be able to control the ball? It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
remember
about to
last
do-
week. Remember last week we were talking. Can Maxey have a moment or whatever? He had one of the moments.
Yes, he did.
He
He had a
Yep.
stellar game 5.
I'd like to see Shake Milton bounce back, though. I mean, Shake Milton.
I'm out. I'm done, dude.
Well, I mean, what happened with him? Like
I don't do. He just doesn't. I don't know, man. He makes. First of all, he
makes bad
dumb
decisions.
fucking foul. I just lost the thing here. Dave Peterson said, "I say going 6 is gonna be a fun ride for sure." Callie said Sixers and 5. Max said Sixers and 5. Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't know. First of all, Embiid's playing. I don't know how this goes past 5. I don't know. The Sixers defense is. I mean, I never was a believer in the Knicks. I never was.
Right.
The Sixers defense, they're the second best defensive team in the league. And the way they shot against Washington,
They're not going to. I will say they're not going to shoot that lights out against it. Atlanta's a better defensive team.
They're going to close out better.
Yes, that they're a good defensive team, but they still don't have enough to handle Sixers.
Okay. I agree. Now, since Sixers are 2-1 against them,
Yeah, but the one loss that they had was that COVID.
it was right after all that shit happened, and the Sixers
The
had
one-
8 players.
The one game didn't Trae Young? Didn't he put up 48 or something?
And the loss, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, isn't the Sixers record better than Atlanta Hawks?
Well, the Sixers
Oh,
are
yeah.
the number one
Well,
seed.
Sixers are number 1 seed. Yeah, absolutely.
Why are the first 2 games in Atlanta?
They're not.
They're not.
in Atlanta.
They're
They're
not.
in Philly.
They're home. What's the matter with you?
Come on, bro.
What's the matter with you?
The only series the Sixers wouldn't have home court is in the finals.
I got you.
So one of our guests is about to join us.
Depending on who they play.
So we're gonna welcome Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How about you?
We're doing
Welcome
great.
to the show.
We're doing
Hey,
great.
how are you?
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, let's bring up. There you go. There's your little hashtag.
Oh, look at
Uh,
that. So fancy.
Yeah, there you go.
See, we're prime stuff
Yeah.
here at Corner Pub.
Yeah, you're legit. I get it.
Yeah.
Fuck, we just had Fran Dunphy.
Yeah. So Michelle, I understand. So I don't know if Whitney's joining us still, but I assume she is.
Yeah, she is.
So Michelle is joining us from the Girls Throw 2 podcast, and there's a little bit more to that. And I am so intrigued by all. Callie just said, "You guys have 1980 graphics."
Yikes.
Yeah, it's a bunch of ball busters, you know.
That's okay. That's
I
always
did tell-
fun.
I did tell Whitney to have a drink in hand. So Michelle, I really hope you have a drink handy.
Oh, you know what? I didn't grab one. I just grabbed a bottle of water. That's it.
All right. Well, you
They're
know,
starting to kick in over here.
yeah, they're kicking in over here. So you
Well,
have
I already had a drink. I just didn't make another one.
all right. Well, you'll have some time. Yeah, during the show because I have a feeling you guys are gonna be on with us for a little while. I'm just throwing it out there right now.
Sounds good.
All right. So I'm Sean, and then
I'm
on that
Ryan.
other screen, it's Ryan waving his hand. Mike,
Hey,
go
what's
ahead.
up? It's Mike.
That's Gary, and then Mike.
What's up?
Yep, there
What's
you
up,
go.
guys?
So,
All right.
welcome to the show. So Michelle, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you. And so what I understand is, first of all, because this is the most important thing.
Let's hear it.
You girls are originally from Philly.
No, I'm a Cali girl.
Oh, you're from Cal- so only
Whitney is. Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles, and then I live in Northern California now.
So, yeah, you said
Oh, okay.
Annapolis. You're
Yeah,
talking
so
Maryland. I looked it up, and I'm like, they're California.
No, yeah, Whitney lives in Annapolis, Maryland, right now, and she's lived in Georgia. She's lived in Philly. She's so she's been over there, but I've never even been to the East Coast.
You've never even been to the East Coast.
No, total West Coast
What are you
girl
waiting
over
for?
here.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go to Maryland next week to Whitney's house.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
so I guess when she said we, she meant the royal we. I guess.
yeah. Her family, I guess.
All right. All right. Fair enough. So you're a
I
Cal
do love
girl.
the Eagles, though.
Oh, really?
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Really?
I mean, they're not like my number one. I mean, okay, so I'm a Chargers fan, but I had a roommate that was a major Eagles fan, and so I used to always cheer for the Eagles if the Chargers weren't playing.
Okay.
Okay. Fair, you know what?
They're on different, conferences. So
Exactly.
that's legit.
To be
That's
fair.
awesome.
To be fair.
We'll take that. All right. So Michelle, you might have to, while we're waiting for Whitney to join us, you might have to kind of enlighten the audience here. What is Girls Throw 2?
We play cornhole. So you guys play cornhole?
Fucking A.
Yeah.
It's a fun.
Great barbecue game.
Oh, absolutely. It's a good time.
You know, it's funny when we interview the different pros in different regions, they call it a cookout. We call it a barbecue. I don't know. I thought that was weird. I've never heard someone say that. And then they all say that. Like, yeah, I was at a cookout and we were like throwing bags. I'm like, cookout? That is just not language we use over here on the West Coast.
No, we don't use cookout.
Yeah,
we don't
it's
use
always
cookout.
barbecue.
Yeah, I don't know what region uses that. Maybe it's a Southern thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. But we're a cornhole podcast. So both Whitney and I play cornhole. Our husbands play cornhole. And I run a cornhole league here in my town. And we're kind of addicted and obsessed with cornhole.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's your partner in crime has now joined us. Hi, Whitney. How are you?
I think you mean her better half.
All right.
Coming in hot.
That's what we do.
So she was just telling us about the show I'm sorry about the cornhole in general.
How long have I missed out on?
Well, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
No, we've been doing the show for like a half hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. You guys are the one that pushed our segment. So
we did. We're sorry.
This is true.
We did. I'm sorry. And we appreciate it. And we as you told Michelle, you guys are probably in for the long haul till the end of the show. I hate to tell you,
we got shots here and beers.
Yeah.
And,
So this actually gives Michelle a chance to get another drink. I'm just saying, Michelle.
Okay, you want me to go grab it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
yeah.
Well, you can't be the only one not drinking.
How are you gonna show up on a podcast without a beverage?
Because
especially one called Corner Pub Sports. Come on.
Because my son was like super needy right before this, and I was like trying to get him situated, and there just wasn't time. So
wow. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like you need a drink.
My husband fell asleep on the couch, and so it was just, fending for ourselves here. But I will go grab one right now.
Pour yourself a cocktail.
Yes, you got to do that. Awesome.
BRB.
All right, so we found out. Welcome to the show, Whitney. Thank you for.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hello.
You guys want? Hey, I'm a Go Birds fan. Just to throw that out there.
Look behind me. Look behind me right here.
Damn straight.
Don't make me sing the fight song, you guys. I'm a legit fan.
Yes, she is. Yes,
fly, eagles, fly, on the way to victory. Fly, eagles, fly. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hit them low.
Hit
them high. And watch our eagles fly. Fly, eagles, fly. Everybody on the road to victory. E-S-E-L-E-S, Eagles.
Whoa, what did I miss?
You missed a lot of bonding. Some serious bonding occurred while you went and got your drink.
Absolutely. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I said your husband looked like Carson Wentz. I didn't know it was an insult.
That's okay. He prefers like that whole Bradley Cooper Eagles vibe, but Carson Wentz might be more on point.
So we just got some stuff. Someone said, "Wake up, Gary," and then someone else said, "Wow, that was really sad, guys."
Sad. I feel like it was epic.
Dang! Shots fired.
It's hard, when you're doing it, virtually and stuff. So
don't read the comments.
No, I know. This is what we do, and haters, they're part of the show.
Hate. Yeah, haters are gonna hate.
That's all right. No, he's not hating. He's a really good dude. This
well, it wasn't sad. It was epic.
Yeah, I thought
whoever said that.
Yep. So this is actually the first show we've done where all four of us are together again for the first time in 15 months. So we're all. So even though they're in this, there's my hand.
Yeah, I see your hand. You're pointing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's the three of them and myself, and it's this is awesome. It's really good that you guys are with us, and it feels like we're all
I got
awesome.
Well, you have to ask the elephant in the room question.
What's that mean?
Who's the better cornhole player?
Ooh,
hands down, it's Michelle. And so I know you're trying to start some shit, but it's not going to work here.
Oh, you think Corner Pub Sports would start some shit?
We don't start shit.
Never.
You seem like some drama seekers, boys.
No.
Well,
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe.
Look,
Michelle, hands down, better player.
after every show.
Fuck you, Mike.
Dang.
Okay, you guys, in preparation for this show, I watched a couple, right? I see you guys always sit on the same bar stools.
That's right.
Typically, right? And then who's the one on the end with the blue shirt?
That's Ryan.
That's Ryan.
Okay, Ryan, do you have like a bottle of liquor right there? Okay, so this is a regular thing. Okay, I was just trying to get my bearings. I thought that might be a regular case. That's all I wanted to do. More power to you. I think it's a very bold move, and I support it.
Kelly said, "Don't call Gary an elephant. That's not cool."
I didn't call no one an elephant.
No,
What?
it wasn't. That was Mike.
Oh,
I was like, what?
Oh no, it was Ryan. Ryan said the elephant in the room. That's right. All right, so back to you guys. Let's get it off of us.
Let's move off of that.
Let's get it off of us and our drinking problems. Back to you guys. So girls throw two, which I thought was pretty cool. So first of all, again, this is the second time tonight. Little behind the curtains. Whitney, right? I believe you hit me up. I think you hit me up. Yeah.
Maybe I reached out to you. I don't know. We keep getting like different things, and I can't remember how anything plays out.
It's getting a little confusing.
Could be amnesia. Could just be a sign of success. I'm not sure.
I think I'm gonna.
It has nothing to do with the drinking.
I mean, I prefer to call it a sign of success. Let's go with that.
That's good. So I
maybe I reached out to you at one point.
maybe I don't know. I mean, you did. I think I'm pretty sure it was you because you said your name. So I went with
Sean. No offense, but there was a point I was grasping at straws.
And I don't know why, because I think this whole concept is freaking awesome. And first of all, is perfect for us because I think it fit in with us. And with the fact that I said, make sure you have a drink in hand, and you said, absolutely.
Yeah, why would we not?
And then that was before you said you were an Eagles fan. So
you did say when I told you I was a massive Eagles fan, you did say that that lifts you up a couple notches. So that's cool.
I did say that.
So I got my street cred, but let me just tell you about Girls Throw Two.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Michelle and I are co-founders. We are cornhole players. We were brought into the sport by our husbands who started playing, got the bug, got addicted to it. And anybody who's played cornhole before and gotten better has realized it's more of an addiction. There's no moderation. You go big or you go home. We realized as females married to these men that we either had to get on board this cornhole train or we were going to be living parallel lives with our men, or staying at home with the kid or the kids.
Oh, that sounds awful.
That sounds horrible. So I don't know what our exact motivation was. Myself was just not to be staying home with the child. We learned how to play cornhole. We started to get better. I realized I suck at this sport. I got to figure out how to get better. There was no content that was consumable out there for females or beginners in general. I saw a niche market. Because of the pandemic, ESPN had nothing to cover, right? Because no sports were being played. Cornhole was a pro sport. And because of the logistics of the 27 feet apart, guess what they covered all the time during COVID? Cornhole. As a result, it's become the #1 fastest growing sport in the nation.
Awesome. That's crazy.
Again, I saw a niche market. Timing is everything. Wow. Found a girl who knows more about most everything than I do. That's Michelle. And we've started quite the movement.
And there is an official Cornhole League. So the American Cornhole League is actually happening right now. I was just watching it before here. They were on CBS Sports. What was that?
The ACL?
The
ACL.
ACL, that's our guys. Trey
And then there's
Ryder,
also there's ACL, ACO. There's both of them. ACL is the one where you're seeing it broadcasted on sports, like ESPN and CBS and those kinds of things.
You got to pick a lane in this industry. You either go ACO or ACL. We are ACL girls.
So you ladies are like legit. So I think I'm good at cornhole.
Okay.
Right? I think I'm good at it. I think I am. We have a home. We made our own cornhole set back. And we set it in the backyard once in a while, right? It's got the Phillies logos on it and stuff. Is it official? I don't know. I don't know. We bought sandbags and all that stuff and
heavy bags.
All that stuff. So heavy bags.
Some heavy bags.
Bought some heavy bags.
You guys, I see what we're doing here. By the way.
So
in case you thought it went over our head, I see the innuendo.
No. So, but I have to bring this up because I have to. So, years ago, I went to Vegas, and we walked into a bar, and it's first of all, I'll never forget this. I walked in and said, "This is the best smelling bar I've ever been in." It smelled like cologne.
Smelling. Okay.
It smelled so good, like it was ridiculous. That was the first thing I thought. Like
in Vegas,
never heard anybody say those.
Yeah,
those words.
It did not smell like coke and hookers, Ryan. It smelled like
the bottom of the stripper pole. Is that what it smelled like?
Yeah, it smelled like the bottom of a stripper pole.
Lovely.
No, it was, and you guys can use your imagination. No. It smelled like wonderful. I'm like, where are we? And there was this group of guys playing cornhole. I'm like, and so me and my buddy were like.
It was the smell that brought him in.
Oh fuck! I just walked into that one, didn't I? Jesus. No. So
legitimately, I've
what
heard
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, I've heard 18 reasons people have come into cornhole. The smell was never one of them.
This isn't why I came into cornhole. We all know how a cornhole smells.
You smelled the cornhole.
All right, so
right?
I didn't know.
The cornhole is.
You stuck your tongue in it, didn't you?
Hold on. Yes, it does.
I didn't know cornhole had a smell. I mean, this is great to know.
Okay.
I am desperate to smell it now.
Depends to the dark side, Sean.
We may be talking about two different cornholes.
All right, Sean, finish your story. I'm dying to know the end.
So we walked. Jesus Christ. All right, now we just got it smelled like dollar bills, blah blah blah. Now, wow, gents, especially. Well, first of all, Dave, you got to spell ladies the correct way if we're going to use it that way. All right. So there's that. That's the Philly public school system for you.
You gotta love the people who hate on you and they can't even spell.
Isn't that the best? Every day. And that's why I told.
Okay, buddy.
Whitney,
Can you finish one story before you start another one?
That's why I told Whitney. That's why I told Whitney. Stay off of Twitter because you're better off. Anyways, all right. So we walk into this bar in Vegas, and these guys are playing cornhole. And we got winner. Like, good luck. We've been at it for 6 hours straight. No one's taking us off the thing.
Oh.
I fucking single-handedly took them off.
I love it.
My buddy Kenny was playing with me. Kenny did all right too, but Kenny's like, Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck? And we ruled that fucking thing until whenever I couldn't see straight, and then that was it. That's how I knew I was.
Where's Kenny now? Who killed Kenny, you bastard? See what I did there?
Yeah, so that's how I knew. That's how I knew. And then I play these guys, and I fucking, you know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, Sean, you're first. Let me pick you first." Then
you're
the first pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Now, cornhole's a great game. Now, all kidding aside, cornhole is so much fun, and it is. What did they say? Cookout? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Who says cookout? No one says cookout.
People in the South, I think.
How are you seeing these comments? Because I'm not.
No, I was telling them earlier.
Michelle said that.
Yeah, remember when we were like interviewing Kaylee Hunter, and there was someone else we interviewed, and they said
that's how they got into it. It was a cookout. Yes.
What the heck is a cookout? We don't call. I've never heard that term before. It's
what
always
do you
barbecue.
call it? A barbecue? Oh my god, that's so okay. West Coast, the Northeast. Okay, I am originally from the South. In South, we call it. Let's put some shit on the grill and call it a cookout. That's how it works.
It's a Southern thing.
Yeah, for sure.
News to me.
No. So first of all, I'm going to tell you.
No, yes.
Wait,
why
no.
are you saying no? That's the truth.
Whitney, first of all, you don't sound like you're from the South. You sound like a girl that we grew up with in Mayfair. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got the north. Got the northeast.
Yup, she's got the Northeast Philly accent.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I don't know where exactly that is. I grew up in Atlanta. Atlanta is pretty metropolitan, so that's probably why I don't have exactly a southern twang. I lived in Rittenhouse for 3 years.
Okay.
Right off of like Smedley and I'm trying to think. We were like 16th and Smedley. My kids went to a school that I had to walk a mile and a half to get them to every day.
In the snow,
Greenfield Academy. I don't know anybody out there who might know it.
In the snow, uphill.
When I was your age, I had a walk to school.
No. Let me tell you why I hated
No
the school.
shoelaces.
The school allowed people to bring kids could bring bikes. They would lock them up during the school day, but at the end of the school day, they would just unlock it, and it was like every man for himself, right? Can I tell you how many times my husband took our girls to school and forgot to tell me that they took bikes to school? And I ultimately would get all the way back home with them, realize their bikes were still at the school, like free-for-all zone. And then I would have to yeah, exactly. I'd have to walk a mile and a half back and ride these dumb-ass pink bikes home one at a time.
Dragging one with your hand, like dragging one with your arm.
Yeah, why not?
Oh
I finally said, if it happens again, homeless people get your bikes. It's over.
This could be the best question that we'll ask. So, unfortunately, Michelle, we don't know. You don't know what a good cheesesteak is. I don't care what you want to say.
Oh, where did you go, Gino's, or where? Yeah, where are y'all?
No, Gino's.
Let me tell you my favorite. My favorite was on Spruce Street. It was a little corner shop. Nobody's ever talked about. Best cheesesteak I've ever had.
You already have it. So, do you miss a good cheesesteak?
Every day.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That and the Eagles are the only thing I miss about Philly.
And us now.
Yeah, you'll miss.
Well, I didn't know you back then, so that's kind of irrelevant.
But we're in there now. Once we get in there,
it.
we don't leave.
Okay, you're like herpes.
Wow, that's always a nice analogy.
I mean, I'm just saying. It seems like a good comparison.
Yeah, I mean, good, bad, and different. You'll remember us.
Now we're all red.
I didn't know I wanted you, but now I have you, and it is.
That would be not like herpes, I would hope.
I know. I said I didn't know I wanted you. Now I have you. I don't have herpes, just for the record.
And you can't get rid of us. That's right. So, Michelle.
But you're growing on me.
See? Just like herpes.
Just like herpes. That's the name
Michelle,
of the show.
this is not where we saw this going.
we cannot have Fran Dunphy in this thing.
Fran Dunphy's herpes. Oh, that's messed up. All right.
Oh,
Michelle,
boy.
Yeah.
California. So you've always been on the West Coast.
I have.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
East side?
West side?
That's what we do. It's okay.
First of all, so what's the biggest city you've been to? So you're from LA.
I'm from LA. Yeah.
So you can't get bigger than that.
Yeah.
You can't really get bigger than LA. No.
So what is LA? Because all right, as a Philadelphia sports podcast and among other things, drinking podcast and bullshit podcast.
Sure.
We've had guests on. We've had Lenny Dykstra on, who now lives in LA. I don't know if he. I gotta be honest, he hates it.
Yeah, I hated it too.
Okay, so I have to ask. So, what is the sports atmosphere in LA? Is it really fake? Because that's the persona that we get when the Phillies played LA and the NLCS 2 years in a row. The fans seem to show up late and they leave early. And then it just seems like in general, it just seems like a lot of transplants. I don't know.
Fair weather. It's all fair weather over there.
So, I mean, I didn't go. My family never took me to football games, but we always went to Dodger games. So I've been to quite a few Dodger games. And I would say that I would have to agree. Like, it didn't seem. So my husband's a Raiders fan. And when I see, like, to me, when I meet him and his family, I'm like, okay, so that's a fan. Like that's a legit diehard
fandom, exactly.
Because then I look at my like Chargers fans, and I'm like, okay, this is not like Chargers won't even. There's been times, because I lived in Orange County for a while too, and there's times when they wouldn't like televise the Chargers games because they didn't get enough people in the seats, so they blacked it out, so we couldn't watch it.
I couldn't imagine an Eagles game not sold out.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember the last time the Eagles. I remember. Do you remember?
Wait, boys. I have to tell you that I live in Annapolis, and we went 2 years ago on like around New Year's Eve. We went to an Eagles Redskins game. Everybody around. Well, I guess they're not Redskins anymore. They're stupid football team or whatever.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Yeah, you can call them the Redskins.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I mean, I'm like, this is so dumb. This whole cancel culture thing. Just get rid of it. But anyway, we went to, we'll call them Redskins.
You want to cancel the cancel culture?
Oh, 100%. I think we should start a movement, but whatever. We went to the Redskins Stadium. We watched Redskins versus Eagles. It was an away game. Y'all, when I tell you there were more Eagles fans there than Redskins fans,
Eagles
it wasn't even close.
That's how the Chargers games were too. It was like,
and it wasn't.
If they played Raiders, there was more Raiders fans. I mean, like
it wasn't even an important game for us. It was a wild card game for them. Like we didn't care. We were already in there. You know, it was hilarious, and it was so sad to see firsthand. Just because, like, the Redskins need to get kick rocks.
Well, I remember. So,
moral of the story.
Moral of the story. Everybody hates the owner, and they just need to kick rocks.
Yeah, Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder sucks.
Boo.
Okay, Ryan. The last Eagles game that was blacked out. So Callie just said back in the 90s. I remember exactly when it was.
When? You gonna leave us hanging?
It did happen.
Yeah, I want to say this. But that wasn't home.
It was a home game.
Right.
They were at the vet, and we just signed a big star to our team. It was his first game with the team.
Irvin Fryer.
Nope.
No.
Jalen Mills.
No, it was way before all that.
It was the Rich Kotite era.
It might have been actually Ray Rhodes' first game.
Ricky Waters.
Ricky Waters.
Okay, this is a lot of nostalgia. Okay, guys, but I'm gonna hijack you and ask you real quick. I want to ask which one of you legitimately, when Wentz got hurt mid-season and everybody counted us out, I was the girl who was like, okay, joke's on you. We're going to do better than we ever have. Because when Foles stepped in, which one of y'all felt that way?
Oh, I see someone flexing over there.
On our show. Yeah, I see it, Gary.
Because I will do my research. I will figure out if you're lying.
You can go back on the show. And I will say that, and actually Ryan and I both said that this team is good enough to no, look, we didn't think they were going to win a Super Bowl. None of us.
I think, that's a stretch. I get that. Okay.
Yeah, none of us said they were going to win a Super Bowl, but all of us said that Dave Peterson, me.
I thought we had a better chance. That's what I'm saying. I put it out there.
Whoa, wait. You thought they had a better chance?
100%. So when the second he got hurt,
Carson Wentz would have won the MVP if he didn't get hurt.
You guys, here's the difference between girls and boys is I follow Carson on like social media, right? I see what he posts versus what Nick posted. One of them is more involved in football. One of them is more involved in a hunting company that he's created with his brother.
Ooh, shots fired.
She's not.
You
get your dick and your pussy all covered in shit.
There was no reason.
I don't know what that was, but that was interesting.
But at that time, like not knowing what we know now.
I was following him on Instagram. I did know.
That's a stretch.
Nobody else was looking into it the way I was. I was like, this kid is not football. Like this is not his priority. He's all in. Oh, I just got married. Oh, I'm gonna have a baby. Oh, I've got this
priority or
company.
not. He was like he was hands down the MVP.
Okay.
Hands down.
Yeah, biggest disappointment ever.
I guess we will see.
Now, yes.
So you're not a Wentz fan. You do not expect him to do
she
well.
told me. She said she was a Nick Foles fan.
The fact that after we won the Super Bowl, we did not keep a Super Bowl winning quarterback is to me fundamentally the biggest error that they ever made.
But knowing what you know now, you could say that.
No, because the next season Nick got hurt. So it wasn't necessarily like the safe bet, but I'm saying long term, it's the one you should have gone with. All right, I dare you to bring it on because I'll put you to shame with my reasons.
Hands down MVP coming off an injury, and you gave up so much to move up to the second pick of the draft. You couldn't move on from him after 2 years.
Wentz does not have passion for football.
You didn't know that at the time.
Okay, but we did know it at the draft this year.
He said Instagram says
we did know it before we drafted last year.
Last year, so
you think that's why they drafted Jalen Hurts?
Kelly just posted. Big Dick Nick was posting his goods, and Wentz is posting his deer
Big Dick Nick, Kelly, Big Dick Nick, where it's at.
Yeah. All right, so we have to ask. So, or not to ask. What the fuck? We asked a beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm not going to mention his name because he doesn't want to.
Oh yeah,
we asked him how big was it, and he said.
The stories are true.
Yeah, the stories are true. And then after,
I don't doubt that he is.
And after the show, he goes, "Can you edit that out?" And I said, "Nope."
It's in.
Yeah,
and he's never been
kind of
back.
odd, like how he knows. That's kind of like how.
And he's never been back on the show since. And another,
why would you stare?
And another.
Hold on.
You just
you have to stare at that.
Hold on.
Hey, in fairness, if it's big enough, guys.
I don't care what I don't care.
Boys, if it's big enough, girl, if it's big enough, girl, boy, whatever,
You're
you're
hearing
gonna stare.
What's that, Whitney?
I said if it's big enough, girl, boy, whatever gender you identify with, you're gonna probably stare.
Right, straight up.
So we had another writer who came on about
giant cock.
I love you, Nick Foles. Hit me up.
Like it's not like I want to suck it or anything, but that's pretty impressive, Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Nick, can you throw that up on the bar, please?
Yeah,
I just don't know if I trust any of y'all's sports judgment if you don't think that Nick Foles was at least if you can't.
All right, hold on. I got to tell the rest. So we had another writer on. Yeah, we had another writer on, Ed Kratz.
Go a certain way.
And we asked Ed, and he said, let's be honest. I'm interviewing a certain player, and there's a peripheral.
No.
And he turned his head. He goes, Jesus Christ. He's like,
we get it. Nick's got a big dick. That's why they call him Big Dick.
We're more obsessed with it than the girls.
Yeah,
moving on, Sean.
Sorry. All right, so back on it. No, so the whole Super Bowl thing. No, if you go back and you listen to the story of when Wentz got hurt, if you go back to the podcast,
I will.
By the way, our listeners on the chat room are not stopping with the Nick thing. By the way,
we get it, guys. It's big. It's great. Okay, we got it. So low hanging fruit. We're all going for the low hanging fruit.
You just go out there and play with his dick.
Okay. Well, I would prefer him to throw the football versus watching his dingling or whatever. But
leave his dick
alone.
All right, you know what? It's time for a bathroom break.
All right. Anyway. All right.
Go potty.
So back on.
Make sure your dick don't fall in the toilet.
Bye. Bye.
Jesus Christ.
He had to take a pee-pee break. It's all good.
Wow. All right. Michelle, how's that drink?
Unfortunately, I only had like a splash of wine left, and then there wasn't any more in the fridge, and it was a whole big thing, so I only have a little bit.
If only I could send it to you through.
It wasn't like a whole big thing on like Nick. All right.
No.
So back to Nick Foles
God,
thing.
you guys are obsessed with Nick Foles' penis.
Well, you
Just
know,
FYI. Okay.
Fucking envy. Christ.
There is penis envy on this panel.
Why not?
Okay.
Back to that. No, if you go back to the show, finally, we're gonna get to this. If you go back to the show, you're gonna hear that Ryan and I think we're the ones saying, you know what, this team, the 52 other guys on this team were good enough that they could still compete. I don't think any of us said they're gonna win a Super Bowl, but we thought they're not gonna get blown out. They're gonna compete, and to be fair. That's what we thought, and it's the
That
guys.
was a lot right there. that whole thing that just happened.
Yeah, it's the truth though. Like there was one guy who used to be on the show who decided to sniff coke off the bar and has not been on the show since. Yeah. He was totally
tell us how it really is.
No, not maybe off air.
You guys have some baggage.
Oh yeah, we do.
Drama over here.
Yeah, we do. We do have drama.
We're the girls, and we're so low key compared to your whole situation.
Because we're fucking crazy. All we do is drink and talk shit.
We have it is a crazy show. Callie said it wasn't me, guys.
I don't know who Callahan is, but it sounds funny.
Yeah, he's a good dude. No, he's a good dude.
It wasn't me. He's like what's that song?
It was.
You found me on the bathroom floor.
Oh, Shaggy.
Shaggy. There you
go.
It wasn't me.
On the counter wasn't me.
What
was me?
What's that motherfucker?
It was Shaggy.
Shaggy. She told us. She called it like 5 minutes ago. I don't know where y'all have been, but she called it.
Zoinks.
You guys are funny. I like your noise effects.
Noise effects.
That was actually me.
Was that an actual, like you said that out of your mouth?
Yeah, zoinks.
Oh, it felt like a noise effect.
Like a Shaggy from Scooby-Doo type of situation.
Yeah.
It was, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. Ew, that's going to make me throw up. Don't do that anymore.
That was a soundboard, too.
Nope.
That was a soundboard.
Okay, boys, I hate to tell you, I know you're all Phillies fans. Baseball sucks. It's boring as hell.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. We just shared an article about how boring it was.
It's the most boring sport.
I would say golf is more boring, but it's close.
But this one, at least golf only has a limited number of games. Like
True.
Baseball, how can you possibly get excited about game number 863 out of however many on inning 3 out of however many? Like it's insane.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anybody on this panel. Well, Mike's kind of a
baseball sucks.
Mike might say that he's a traditionalist.
I said it.
I am too, but there in a game when you go to the atmosphere, when you're in the atmosphere and you're watching the game, there is kind of a strategic aspect to the whole thing and enjoying the whole atmosphere.
As a fan, there's a strategic aspect.
Absolutely. Like I love watching pitchers work. I love watching. Are they going to use an off-speed pitcher or use a curveball? It's a 3-2.
What is the strategy of a fan, though? I'm very confused.
How far do I have to walk to get my next beer?
That's a strategy.
Bathroom lines, beer lines, those kinds of things.
But Sean was making it sound like his strategy was affecting the
You know what?
course of the game.
There's nothing like going to a ball game, having a hot dog.
Yeah, it's fun to go.
I like hot dogs, but I can get one of those at 7-Eleven.
I know, but it's just
a ballpark dog at 7-Eleven.
Awful.
It's different at the ball game.
Michelle, you have any Wawas out there?
Wawas?
You don't know.
Okay, wait. We have to do this. This is the best place to give you crap for this, Michelle. Michelle has never been to Chick-fil-A.
I've never been to Chick-fil-A, but what's a Wawa?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's all so wrong. It's all so wrong.
But you know what? She has Whataburgers, and what's the one in
In-N-Out. I had
In-N-Out.
I've not had an In-N-Out. I've been in
Giggity.
that too.
Wawa though, she doesn't know Wawa.
I don't know what that is.
Do you know
Oh,
Royal Farms?
No.
Oh my god, I can't.
So what is your like convenience store, like gas station convenience store?
Like a 7-Eleven?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Well, you have 7-Elevens.
Okay.
That's
Do
good.
you have
That
anything,
gives
do
you
you
a
have
little
anything
free
better than
credit.
7-Eleven?
I mean, for a gas station?
Like
No,
a gas
yeah,
station,
like
Like
place-
AMP?
Our gas stations. No, Wawa and Royal Farms. They're gas stations, but they're not. They're so much more than that.
Something
They
tells me
are like the
Michelle-
best chicken ever.
Ours are just shitty gas stations.
Yeah, so
Oh.
something tells me that Michelle doesn't eat shitty food because, like,
Yeah,
just
you're
what
right.
matters, like, she's not eating fucking gas station food.
Oh, what? But looking
I
at
can't say I ever have in my
Look at-
life. That's true.
Sean, shots fired. Are you saying looking at me?
I am not saying it at all.
You said you like gas station hot dogs. You
I
put
feel
yourself under
like
that bus.
there was some implied meanness right there.
I've had a hot dog in the gas station, but it was through the hole in the bathroom stall. That's a little
Oh
different.
no, he went there.
How do we end up on these
Welcome to
shows?
Corner Pub
Michelle?
Sports.
I don't know. We
Look, listen.
Oh, you
No,
weren't
no,
warned?
I-
You should have watched the show beforehand.
Luckily,
I
the
did. I didn't know it was gonna go this route.
Luckily, the
I did
hot
not.
dog that Sean had wasn't as big as Nick Foles' dick, though.
That is
Okay.
true. That is true.
All right,
All right.
I'm more willing to wrap
Full
it up
circle,
there
full
on that.
circle.
So we did 180.
Yeah.
Here are our bags.
Oh, okay. She's taking a sharp left turn.
I'm taking a sharp turn. I
Wait,
think it
what
was
is that?
needed.
That's our cornhole bags.
These are our cornhole bags for
Nice.
anybody watching the Zoom.
They're,
They're
They're awesome.
they're badass.
right.
Well,
right.
one's whatever.
God
You're close
damn
enough.
it. I can't. It happens all the time.
So yeah,
Oh my god.
The other
She's
one-
done. You're fired.
How many have you had to drink tonight?
Yeah,
Holy
like,
shit.
How many of you drank?
Dude,
Thought I was
it's
fucked
like
up.
looking in a mirror. No, you know when you look in a mirror
yes.
No,
and
never.
everything you do is opposite, it's very confusing. Okay, that's all I'm saying. My camera.
I just
not
wake
working
up
with me.
looking like this. I don't
Here,
look.
Okay.
freaking whatever. This is the general idea. Okay.
So what?
These are our bags. We are a Girls Throw 2 forum of people who are just trying to, like, at the very end of the day, if you are a female or any gender person entering into the sport, we want to provide an area where you can ask questions, not feel stupid, and help you feel more comfortable and growing comfortably in the
All
sport.
right, so we're novices.
That's
so,
us.
so help us to get better.
Yo, you're our perfect.
We have a
clientele.
podcast for that.
Yep. So
Yes,
it's called
tell us
Girls
about your
Throw
podcast.
2. It's called Girls Throw 2 TOO. Even
Yeah,
though
it's-
we've bought all the domains associated with TOO or the number 2.
Any way
'Cause
you
we're
could possibly type it wrong, we
Right.
own it.
But
Well
yeah, exactly.
done. Well done. That's smart.
Yeah, exactly. Because we know there's people like you boys out there. So we got to adjust. I'm just joking. That was shots fired.
No, you're not.
No, that's all right. We can take it.
Okay, so
feel
you know,
good.
you could feel like it was a positive, like we were accommodating you. Anyway, so we have girls32.com accommodating you. Oh, that's a big word. Okay, so we're trying to adjust to help you. Okay.
Oh,
Let me slow it down for you.
Fuck you, I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Okay.
The sound effects are just killing me.
Right.
Anyway, so we have Girls Throw 2 podcast. You can find that on girls32.com and go to the podcast section. It'll get you to our thing, but also anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, whatever, you'll find us.
Right.
We also have a YouTube channel that's really fun. We do game shows. I usually win them.
Oh, okay.
Just throwing that out there.
I'll take that shit.
Talk about
I
shots
mean,
fired.
we're gonna be honest and we're gonna throw it out. Let's be honest. It's the truth. Anyway, so we got our Girls Throw 2 YouTube channel. And we have our forum on Facebook, which is really the best place to go if you have any interest in cornhole. You feel stupid asking lower level questions in
It's
certain
also just very
environments.
encouraging and supportive, and what's cool is that people will jump in and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be here. Does anyone know of a game like going on, or a league or something?" And or I'm looking for a doubles partner, or I'm gonna be here. And also just women will jump on and be like, "Hey, I'm at league and I've won 3 out of 4. I'm feeling really good," and it's just a really cool place for all level
Hey, my
players.
husband is an asshole. Anybody can relate? Yep.
Where did that come from?
I'm just saying, like, there's everything.
Oh, you're saying that's what somebody might
I thought
post.
you were talking about my wife.
Yes,
Me too. So that one threw me off.
My
I'm not gonna
husband
lie.
is not an asshole, just for the record.
Yeah, so you could
but
vent.
you will get those kind of things. Like, I'm frustrated with this in my life. Can anybody relate? And people from all over will chime in, and it's like it's almost like a support forum more than anything.
Well, this is our support group right here. I mean,
Yeah,
this
I
is
can see
our
how-
product support group. This is basically
Okay.
how we get
So
through a work week.
super kind to one another.
And Michelle and I come every week.
Whoa! I can't come every Friday night.
Same time, same place.
So Michelle's like, I can't take this anymore.
I'm gonna be knocking at the Zoom door to get in every single freaking week. Now.
And your website's awesome. So like you guys have you scroll
That's all
down,
Michelle. That's all Michelle.
Michelle, you do a fantastic job with this.
Thank you.
You scroll down a little bit, and there's a slideshow, and there's women all over the country. Hey, here's our newest cornhole player. Blah, blah. I think that's so awesome. And like, how do you guys get hooked up with people like this? Like, how do they connect to you guys? Like, how do they find you and so on?
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we are. We're like herpes.
No, like on social media, we're everywhere. So I've had an online business since 2009, so I'm pretty comfortable and familiar with the online world, marketing, advertising, those kinds of things. So I just do my best to make sure we're everywhere. And then Whitney posts in all the different groups, and we just make sure that
she's taught me recently less is more. I was hyper posting.
Whitney was taking the like, you know, when you go on a first date with a girl and then like after the first date she's like, he's the one, I love him,
I gotta call him every day.
Every time.
So I just told her, like, we need to play a little bit more hard to get.
Hard to get.
Let's just back it off a tad bit.
Something
let
I
people
never
come to us.
known. Yes.
Give them a
I'm
chance to
learning.
breathe.
But
So,
boys,
yeah.
I'm very coachable.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
So Michelle, what's
Oh,
your
go ahead.
background for? You know, I'd love to think that you do this as your day job, and this is the only thing you do. But
Day
I
jobs?
feel
What
like
is that?
Kind
you
of.
might have something else to supplement income. So, what is that? 'Cause
Well,
you seem like you're-
so I'm fortunate to have a husband that's a provider, so that's obviously very helpful. But I also do have a business.
Shout out, Nick Thompson. Woo.
Yeah, very amazing husband. But I have a business. I help women with binge eating and weight and those kinds of things. And I'm getting my PhD in psychology. So I kind of use that in all those different areas that I'm in. I help yoga teachers build their businesses online. So kind of have my hands in different things. And just kind of
boys, if you Google this chick, she is unreal. She's off the charts. Like, she is my hero. She lived in Paradise, California. Her whole town got blown up by fires. She had to be displaced. She started over from scratch. Like, this woman is the epitome of what you call female strength.
Nice.
Well, thank you.
Nice. Wow,
That's
awesome.
impressive.
So Michelle, you and Whitney met how long ago?
2 months.
2 months
Oh,
ago.
2 months ago. Wow.
Our
She's
business,
by
yeah.
far my new best friend, and next week she will be at my home.
Yeah, so I heard. Yeah, so we heard.
That's awesome.
Right before you jumped on, she said she was coming to the East Coast. For
So
the
wait a
first
second.
time.
How did you guys end up meeting?
So I started this company, and I actually wasn't even trying to start a company. I was trying to just start like a support
movement.
group or a
Yeah.
movement, right? Very quickly, I learned that people wanted merchandise. They wanted things that took money to produce. I knew I could not do that on my own. So I built a team of regionally diversified women who are into cornhole, who could take our name brand and be like influencers. I hate that word, but like, so to speak.
For lack of a better term, yeah.
Right. In their area. Michelle was one of those. Out of 56 women, I could very quickly tell that she was the one that not only personality-wise I would mesh with them best, but she fundamentally had the skills business-wise that I don't have. So I offered her equity in the company and took her on as a co-founder. Thank God she said yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now you guys like I would have never guessed 2 months. Like you guys seem like you've known each other for years.
It feels that way. Well, we talk every day.
We talk every day. Exactly. And like we'll do business and then we'll just joke around and laugh and it's got great synergy, but the fact that this business has only been in existence for less than 2 months and it's gotten the traction that it has is, it just speaks volumes to our commitment and
the need
for it to be out there.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect.
No, it's a great niche market. I mean, like, us assholes are talking about like Philadelphia sports and stuff like that. Like there's 500 of us. You guys, though, I mean, I don't know how many cornhole, and especially women's cornhole.
So let me tell you why I love the Eagles, right? I moved to Philadelphia. I was born and raised in Atlanta. I should be a Falcons fan.
Who wants to do that?
He wants to be a dirty bird.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just saying I didn't give a shit either way. So I went to Eagles country and I went kicking and screaming. My husband had to go there for work. I'm just like, I love to live by the water. It was like everything I don't believe in. We went to Philadelphia. The only thing that I connected with people there about or that made me feel like part of anything was on Sundays we'd go wear green and black and fine. I felt like part of something. So for that reason alone, I will never be anything but an Eagles fan.
That's awesome.
Because they kept me alive in a time where I felt very just dejected.
That's awesome.
Really
that's great that the Eagles had that. And we get it.
Isn't there something?
We talk about it that way.
There's such an aura about
every
our
Sunday.
team. Yep.
We're texting. We're figuring out where we're hanging out.
Yeah, strangers you're high-fiving with right at the bar.
Yeah.
It's like it's
you're hogging
more
people
than
you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cornhole has that feel too.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Michelle. Thank you.
Because I went to my first tournament maybe 3 months ago. And I felt very uncomfortable. My husband's, because I was like, I'm not good enough to be, even though it's just a social $10 buy-in tournament, you're still like competing. And I was like, oh God, people are going to hate that I'm their partner and, whatever. I actually did really, really well. My husband told me you're ready. And I went.
I did not do well.
No, it went really well.
Undervalues herself within the cornhole skill.
Well, I mean, I feel I was much more confident after that, but because I've never played sports my whole life,
Right,
so I
you
don't
didn't
even
know what
have
to
that
expect.
competitive
Exactly.
thing. So, anyways, it was really fun.
She calls herself a music nerd.
Yeah, well, I've
Okay.
done music my whole life. Yeah, so never sports.
She was a musician. That's how he has all the equipment to do the podcast.
Y'all, she raps.
I do.
Oh, you
Wow.
Listen. Hold on.
I went there, Michelle.
Michelle, hold on. Michelle, we're gonna have to talk after the show because we may have to work on an intro for our show.
Oh, I was just saying, I was going to offer our sponsors if they want, I can wrap the commercial so that people actually listen to it.
Tune out, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And I love to write music. I love to sing. I play guitar. Music's my life. But anyways, going back to the whole tournament thing, I walked into that tournament feeling very uncomfortable and I got nothing but love and support and kindness and help, and nobody, even they might have been thinking like, oh God, I don't want that as my partner, but nobody ever made that apparent.
Oh shit, I have to play with her.
Yeah, same. I sucked, but they were like, no, you're doing great. Like this asshole.
That's awesome, but that is not how most people experience
Cornhole family. I mean,
no, I'm saying they were really like I was saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's so
they were
cool,
really
but
supportive.
that's not the norm.
Oh, really?
The norm is like people see that they get blind draw paired with like a female, eyes rolling.
Well, they might be thinking that. I'm not saying they might not have had those thoughts, but I think then they put their priorities straight and was like, the most important thing is that this person wants to come back. And if I'm like,
but that is not how most people are in a lot of places.
Okay, well, that's how it is here with the Dirty 530 crew in Orville and Yuba City and Marysville and Sacramento.
This is great, though, because it brings up a great point, is that the reason we regionally diversified our team is because cornhole in one area could be far different than cornhole in a different area. You know what I mean? Like
Northeast versus a laid back California. It's probably a total.
yeah, they're like handing you free weed over there.
That would be nice. No, but I'm not kidding. I asked, so we have like a Facebook group for our Dirty 530 crew, and I had asked because we do $10 buy-in. I'm like, how do people feel about going to $15 buy-in? Would that be okay? And everyone's like, no,
it's not serious.
It's supposed to be just for fun. It's not supposed to be serious. And I was like,
you
okay.
do realize
okay.
if you win, you get
$15, guys. Like,
more.
Yeah, they made it sound like I was
$5.
Yeah,
That's what
$5.
we're talking, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle, by the way, just running a league, Michelle should get all the props in the world for, because I would never even attempt it. It's
I have my husband.
Show.
I'm not doing it alone, but we do get an average of 60 people every week, and it's a lot of work to run for sure.
And you know, ask me how much they make from that. Nothing.
No, we don't make anything. Yeah, no, it's not about the money.
Fun, yeah. I was gonna say, if it's what's that, $600 that's in the
yeah, so we do an 80%. We do 80% payout, so we keep 20%, but that doesn't even cover the cost of the tablets, the towers, the boards. Yeah, the speakers, the everything we've had to purchase. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, at that point, you know, 10 years from now, you might be profitable, right?
Maybe it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Michelle's not doing the league thing for money.
No, we
But
did
let
it
me
because
ask-
we had to drive 45 minutes to go to league every week, and we were like, screw this. Let's just move one over here.
Create one. I have to ask you guys, there's 4 of you.
Yeah.
Does anybody regularly play cornhole, or is this just like we're just teaching you about it?
Well, I mean, Sean, you
No,
can.
I play it. Like whenever there's a cornhole thing like set up, I play. I'll play. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm
not a
in
regular
leagues.
player. No, I'm not in a league. No.
Let me ask you this: how big is it in your area right now?
That's a really good question.
I know I work with some guys. Actually, the one guy just quit. He's not there anymore. But he was
R.I.P.
Yeah, he was. But he would do tournaments all through the summer. If like the 4th of July, we would have an extended lunch and shit, and they would set up a thing, and he was really, really, really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, my brother-in-law that's up here played in a lot of the bar cornhole leagues, but my in-laws on my wife's side, they're in Houston.
Okay.
And they're legit into it.
Yeah, Texas. It's big in Texas. It's big in Cleveland.
Yeah, if I was to text them and tell them that I was talking to, you know, a women's podcast for cornhole, they'd be like, yeah.
Now, so to be fair, like,
well, connect us. Hello, this is great synergy.
Sorry.
This is
we got a party crasher.
How old's your son?
He's 6.
You guys got to remember.
Yeah, my daughter's turning 6 at the end of June.
Yeah,
She's on the East Coast, though. You guys have to remember that. Like, it's like late night here, not there.
My little boy. My little boy just turned 5 last
Rome, how many more sleeps till I see you, dude? Oh,
Hey, I gave him more time on his iPad, you guys. He is out.
Right?
That's why he
Oh my
showed
God.
up. His time was up.
He's not watching Blippi, is he?
No, he's way past Blippi.
We're Peppa
He's
Pig
watching.
fans.
He's always watching Minecraft. He's watching Minecraft videos, or he's playing Minecraft. That's pretty much it.
My daughter's all about Roblox now.
Yeah, he's not.
Roblox,
He
yeah.
used to be into Roblox. He's moved into Minecraft, and he watches the gamers who play it.
Yes, that's my daughter all day.
Michelle, we have to tell them about
you
our.
watch somebody do
Yeah.
so like,
Imagine being out there watching us talk about things.
I know. I don't.
Anybody out there should be emulating.
Yeah, but you know what the analogy was that somebody gave that I thought was pretty brilliant was like, well, you watch football, you don't play it. Like, what's the difference? And I was like, well,
Okay, now let's go full circle and bring it back. Is that that's the cool part about cornhole, and that's why we want more girls playing. Is because unlike football,
we can
it's not, it's not biological in strength. Like the differentiation between
there's no advantage.
I'm never gonna take down some linebacker out there, right?
Right.
But 27 feet apart, there's no reason I can't throw a bag into a hole as well as you can, Sean.
Yeah.
No, and there's absolute truth to that for
It's true.
100%. 100%.
You
There is
have a little gnome in your computer that just knows when to play those things. That's amazing.
It's true.
That's just me, like all up here.
You're really on top of them.
Yeah.
I like it.
We try to make our show as clean as possible.
Don't make his pet any bigger than it is. We've been trying. We've been trying to pull.
Oh, Sean is the champion.
Did you just try to make my head bigger?
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Oh, we're gonna keep doing it. Okay.
Oh, back to Nick Foles.
Hold
Okay,
on, Mike.
great.
Hold on, Mike. I just want to tell you.
I'm coming day and night.
All right.
Must have been an inside joke. Okay, moving on.
That's what you get. Do you guys want to stick around for? We have 2 segments left. You guys good to hang out?
What's coming on next?
So we
Talk
have-
to me about what we're
have 2
signing up
segments.
for.
One segment's called While You Were Drunk, and the other segment is called Corner Pop Popcorn. So basically, While You Were Drunk is things you might have missed in the last week in sports. And then Corner Pop Popcorn is basically, we've been going through the last 50 years in movies. This year, we're in 1988, the top 10 box office movies, but then we give some honorable mentions.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Michelle, you come or go, whatever you need to do. I'm gonna stick on for that movie thing.
Yeah, we have people coming over to throw bags.
Oh,
Lucky.
Well, we could do the popcorn first if you want to hang out. You got
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't want you to go, Michelle.
I have
They
15
love
minutes
you.
left before they show up. So
All right,
Let's do popcorn first.
Yeah, so I want to do popcorn first. All right.
Popcorn.
All right, cool. So Corner Pop Popcorn, 1988 is the year we're looking at. So the top 10 movies in 1988. Number 10, everyone's fucking favorite, Beetlejuice.
Oh, I did like Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
All right. That's
Which is weird that's because in 1988 I was 3 years old. So like, why did I even know what Beetlejuice was? I don't know. That seems odd.
I know. I was 5 years old, and I blame our moms for being sick women who let us watch this shit.
Did you just pluralize mom? Did you say that?
Our moms were clearly sick women who
okay.
allowed us to watch it.
You could look for me.
Yeah, nice fucking model, huh? All right, number 9.
Come on, we even shop at the same store.
Number 9. Some people used to call Mike, the lead actor, used to say he looked like him.
So there's no game here. We don't get to guess them.
No, all right. Okay. Tom
I'm just
Cruise.
trying-
Oh, wait. Am I right?
Top Gun.
No, I might be wrong.
Risky business. Wait,
No,
wait.
I'm wrong. Hold on, I'm wrong. No, it's the fucking jitbagging ghost.
Okay. That's crazy. That
Yeah.
dude.
Am I right? I might be fucking this up.
What movie is it?
Cocktail.
I don't even.
Tom
Oh,
Cruise.
it's Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
All right,
Tom Cruise. You were correct.
All
What
right.
movie?
It's Cocktail. Tom Cruise.
Cocktail. Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
Tom
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, Elizabeth Shue.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry. I was
Yeah,
so,
that is Elizabeth.
Yeah, I-
Shue.
yeah.
Oh, 1980s Elizabeth.
In my younger
Shue.
Dude,
days.
I would drink Elizabeth Shue's bathwater. I got a girl crush. Girl crush.
Yeah,
Stop.
Come on, dude.
Took it to a different level, but you do you.
Yes.
she's actually really hot in the boys.
Right?
Number 8.
Gary. Oh, Gary's awake.
Moonstruck.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Ooh, someone actually had a. Actually, Callie said Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes, Elizabeth Shue. Callie.
You might
Thanks
be.
for
actually,
noticing.
that could be on the list in honorable mentions. Number 7. Is it a Christmas movie or is it not?
Die Hard.
Yes,
it's a Christmas movie.
It's definitely a Christmas movie. We watch it
Yeah.
every Christmas.
Come to the coast. We'll have a good time.
I've never seen it.
What?
So
There's a
sorry,
person
everybody.
who's never been to Chick-fil-A. I don't know what to do with
Well,
it.
I haven't seen Cocktail either, so
What?
I don't know.
There's only
That's more acceptable.
There's
but-
only-
She's gonna be here for 5 days, and I have so much I have to show her.
so Cocktail and Moonstruck are the only 2 in the top 10 I have not seen.
I don't know what Moonstruck
You
is.
haven't seen Cocktail, Sean?
No,
You
yeah.
should have heard your brother when I broke his fucking neck.
Yeah, your brother should have heard your brother squeal when I broke his fucking neck.
No,
Is that Cocktail?
No, that's Die Hard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now.
All right, number 6. I can't believe it's number 6.
Don't give us a hint. Let us guess.
Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, 3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah, well done.
That was number 6, really?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Number 5 was a sequel.
3 Men and a Little Lady.
Australian.
Oh,
Crocodile Dundee 2.
Oh my God, that's my favorite.
Never seen it.
That's not a
Oh my God. I have so much to teach you when you get
We
here.
didn't watch a lot of movies, so I don't know. In my house.
I get it. You grew up boring. I am going to culture you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Michelle.
Poor Michelle. She was like robbed of a childhood.
And she
or
worked
something.
around for this segment. Now she's getting embarrassed. That's not cool.
No, I mean,
No.
it's fine. We just we never watch a lot of movies.
We should catch up like in 2 weeks from now because
Oh my
she's going to come
goodness.
visit me and I'm going to
I can't watch so many
her up.
movies. I can't sit still that long.
All right, Michelle. Number 4. A giant. No one say anything. A giant keyboard in the mall.
Big. Oh, sorry.
Also referring to Nick Foles.
I think I saw that one. Yes.
I'm too damn competitive to
Nick
just
Foles
say
or Big?
nothing.
Yeah. No, I've not seen Nick Foles.
All right, okay.
BDN.
BD. All right, number 3. All right, can we?
What's your clue? It's tough.
All right, you know what? I want to save number 1 for Michelle. Okay. Number 3, Robin Williams classic.
Good morning,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well done,
Wow.
Ryan. Good morning, Vietnam. Well done.
Oh, not Mrs.
All right.
Doubtfire.
This one's easy.
Y'all gotta save
No,
these
Miss Doubtfire's
points for
a lot of
little game show segments because if you look at Girls Throw 2 YouTube channel, we are all about these game segments. We do them left and right, pros, no pros, whatever. Whoever's on our thing, we do a game show segment.
Number 2, a sequel was just made of this movie about 1988 till now. Eddie Murphy was in the first one.
Oh, Coming to America.
Well done.
Damn it!
Oh, I love that movie.
All right,
Whatever you like.
Michelle. Michelle.
Okay.
This one's for you. This
Number
one's for
1,
you.
1988.
All right, Christopher Lloyd was the bad guy.
Oh, never mind.
Hold on. It changed the way movies are made because it's half cartoon, half live action.
Oh, I know this one.
Think about Jessica.
Ooh,
Good one.
Roger Rabbit?
There you go.
But I didn't know. Okay.
Well done.
I saw that one like plenty of times. Actually, my friend in elementary school was obsessed with that movie, so I saw it many times.
A lot of boys had like a crazy, weird crush on Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, she's smoking hot.
It's a thing.
She was the only cartoon out.
She's a cartoon, dude. I'm just saying.
Callie just said Cocktail is underrated. Well,
I've heard it's good. I've just never seen it.
all right. So honorable mentions. There's a lot. I got to be honest. 1980 was a really good movie. I'm gonna run through them real quick. Just so you know, I hate Sylvester Stallone.
I hate him too. Rocky. Is it a Rocky?
Rambo 3.
Oh my god.
Weakest of the Rambos.
Scrooged.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Oh, Bill Murray. Bill Murray.
Yes.
That one. Oh,
Great
great movie.
Baseball movie. Kevin Costner.
Oh, I know it. It's
No.
Renee.
Oh.
Renee was with her. A girl named Renee is the character. I've watched this movie so many fucking times.
He was a catcher.
Yes, this is not Field of Dreams. It is
She's got. I know she's got it.
catching something. Oh, what the fuck is
what?
her name? Renee's
Bull
something.
Bull Durham. Yeah, Bull Durham.
I don't like to lose you people.
Arnold was in a movie with a really short guy.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's great. Twins.
Well done. All right.
I'm so good at these games. It's ridiculous.
And so humble too.
Yeah,
actually your
humility, not my strong suit.
Dokken wrote the theme song to this horror movie, and it's a third sequel.
Dream Warriors.
Nightmare on Elm Street 4. That's a tough one. All right.
We're gonna pretend like that one didn't happen because that was weird.
I don't watch horror. I don't watch any horror movies.
Why would you ever want to be scared?
Why would you not?
Come on.
It's not fun.
That's not
fun.
It's like an icon.
I spent my childhood being scared when I ever had baseball practice. My coach said, "Hey, you want to stick around after?"
That's something to unpack, Michelle. I would say, and you need to get on top of that. Different show. Okay, Sean.
Number 21, Leslie Nielsen.
Top Gun?
No,
You're
Leslie.
you're so close. You're so close. with
33 and a third?
You're so close. The first one. What's it
Oh.
called?
It's not Top Gun? What is it?
No, the
Naked Gun.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
My brother
I
used to
love
watch
that
it all
movie.
the time.
Well done. All
Great
right.
movie.
All right.
Don't call me Shirley.
Number 32.
Surely you can't be serious.
Best line ever.
Dude, look
Nice
at
mask.
Yeah. Girls, look at Ryan. Look at Ryan.
That's terrifying.
Actually, he freaked me the fuck out when I looked up. I didn't even know he was wearing
Not
it.
cool. It's not
Dude,
cool.
Put it on your eyes.
I'm not. That's not
Ryan,
the business.
You
No.
do you, Ryan.
That's
you do
fucking
you.
great, dude. That looks awesome. He's laughing.
Why did you just have that handy?
I had a and I'm like, I'm a freak.
I don't understand.
You know what you don't understand? He scares kids with this every year.
Is nobody concerned that was just handy for him to put on?
Guys, let's just focus. We are not
Like,
even-
I have a Halloween box somewhere in my
Halloween is
garage
not
with
even
stuff.
We're very
close.
concerned. That's why we're here. We support him every week.
This
What
is
the
so-
heck?
Worse.
Everyone just
Why is that
accepted it as
weird?
normal. It's not
No,
normal.
I thought your bottle of liquor next to you was like something to judge about, but this mask to a whole new level.
You think
It wasn't
the
even
whole
gone that long. Oh my
That's
goodness
awesome.
gracious.
Okay, note to self: we're not gonna let the kids hang out with this little friend.
Oh, that's
Agreed.
fantastic. All right,
Okay, come on now.
we got a few more. Another horror movie, A
No.
Little Doll. The
Not
first
again.
one.
Chucky.
Chucky.
I love Chucky.
Take the fucking mask off. I can't hear you.
Yeah, we hate the mask. Nobody here likes the
All right.
mask.
Child's Play.
Oh
All
my
right.
God, it's so gross.
All right. So we got we're getting towards the end here.
Wait, he has it on a display?
Yes, I do. I do.
Oh
He's
my
hanging it
goodness.
up on like
Bring the
a
whole mannequin
mantle.
here. Bring the whole mannequin here. Bring the whole
Don't
mannequin here.
Does someone have a 5 or a 6-year-old? What is happening?
There it is. Right there. On the head.
No. The hair and everything. No, that is horrible. No, I'm not down with
How
that.
did you
All
just
right,
have that?
So Michelle, hold on. And here's the best one, Michelle. Just so you know.
No.
Get it, girl.
So this is part 7, Jason.
Oh my God, there's another one.
Here's
my
the best
goodness.
part. The mask comes off.
Ew.
What the hell?
No. Why? No.
So-
Why? It's a
So
great.
picture my 2 kids under the age of 4 at the time.
This
Oh
does
my
not
God.
sound like it's going to go well.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's all.
That sounds like it's just a recipe for a
Do they
disaster.
talk to you
They
today?
they
Do
both.
your kids talk to you now?
Yeah, it was a good time. All right. Number 45 that year in 1988 was Eddie Murphy Raw. Fantastic.
Yes.
The comedy. Yes.
I've never seen it in my life.
Which one? I didn't hear.
Raw?
Raw, but
Oh, Raw. No, I don't know what that is.
It's a stand-up comedy show that he did.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's not a movie.
Like with the red suit? The red, is that the famous?
Yeah.
there you go.
Absolutely. So what was his name? Johnny, the robot, Johnny.
Uh-huh.
But it was a sequel. Short Circuit
Oh,
2.
sure, sure.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had a second. I had no idea they had a second.
Really?
Yep. Married to the Mob. Someone said Married to the Mob earlier. And
I don't know what that is.
yeah, so Married to the Mob. And Carl Weathers was in an action movie. And actually, what I just said was in the title. Action.
Oh, Action Jackson.
Yeah, Action Jackson. All right, we're near the end here. Actually, the mask I just showed you. Friday the 13th, New Blood. That was number 56. Let me see what else.
That's probably like the 12th.
Halloween.
Can I ask, have you all seen The Burbs? I thought that
Yes.
was a
I
great
love
one.
that movie.
Oh my goodness.
Feels
What
like
is
that should be in there.
Callie just said Action Jackson. He got it. Well
Nice.
done, Callie. Well done.
Callie, whoever you are killing it tonight.
He is
Rock
killing
star,
it. But,
rock star.
Halloween 4 was number 61. And
God, why is it so many horror stuff?
because the 80s, that's the
Word.
thing.
Yeah,
the
80s was the
horror
shit.
central. All right. Steven
What's with
Seagal was a police officer, but he went a little too far.
Above the law.
Dude, that's fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Wait, which
Never
one
heard of
got it? I don't know whose voice that was. I need
That was
somebody to
Ryan.
raise
Ryan
their
said
Yeah, Ryan.
raise your hand if you got it. Oh, it's the guy with the mask and the alcohol.
All right, I got
Good for him.
I got two more. Number 81. We actually referenced it last week.
One thought he was in.
That tells us nothing.
Rowdy Roddy Piper. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I forget what it's called.
And he put the glasses on, and he saw aliens.
I forget what it's called.
It's such a B movie.
Yeah, it's
Sounds like a trip.
They live.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They live. And then finally, Richard Pryor was in this movie, and it's the most racist fucking movie ever.
Yikes.
The toy?
No, Rainbow Johnson.
Ah.
Give me more of a hint.
Moving. It was called Moving.
Oh, never heard of it.
That was a movie that was number one.
No, that was like 99 that year.
No, he's in the honorable mentions.
Oh,
Dave,
I see.
Dave Peterson got it. Where is the Money Pit? Money Pit was not in that list. I don't know why. Why did we mention the Money Pit? That was Whitney who mentioned that, by the way.
No, I mentioned the Burbs.
Oh, the Burbs. That's
money,
right.
The Money Pit
Should have been in there. Parenthood is another great
Next
one.
year, maybe the next year. That was Corner Pop Popcorn.
What about Rubbins Racing?
What was it?
You don't know if
No.
I say that.
No.
Think about the Daytona 500. You guys do not know this
Days
movie?
of Thunder.
There we go.
Was that 88?
Yeah, that probably wasn't 88.
No, that wasn't 88. That was 89 or 90. That was not.
Okay, I don't know the exact year.
I think
Scott.
that was
I'm just
90.
playing with like decades.
Well, the point of the game is that it is an exact year.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
screw, hey, here's my takeaway. Screw 1988. Not that great a movie.
No, there's some good hits in there.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a classic.
Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit is like one of the few I would say. Okay.
Remember when he dumped the shoe in the vat? He was crying.
Yeah, exactly.
Jessica Rabbit was a hottie.
We have one more segment.
What is this?
Are you
The
hanging
nature
out or-
of,
yeah.
what is the nature of it? Talk to us about what we're signing up for.
It's while you were drunk. It's stories you may have missed during the last week, and then that's
But
it.
it's all sports or no?
No, just
let me
shit
see. Hold on.
that's happened.
Actually, all these are all sports.
I do have to run.
Yeah.
guys.
Peace.
No, thank you so much. So much for she's like, I'm getting the fuck out of this.
Yo, Anthony Michelle, we're gonna be talking. I'm never going
Yeah,
there again.
these guys are fucking crazy. We're never going back on that show again.
No, we'll come back all the time. But
No,
you
that's
didn't
not
tell
true.
us on
That's
the
not
last
true.
segment.
Had a
Michelle,
blast.
so I gotta respect. I gotta mention something. I respect it in your cartoonized image.
Yeah,
What's that?
our avatar.
I
Your
don't know,
hair
but that
is
was, I like
exactly
your.
the same, which is awesome.
I don't always wear it this
I
way. That
have
was just
had
happen
on.
chance.
Please, I don't believe that. I think
In all honesty, people have said this. I often have a hat. She often wears her hair like this.
No, I mean,
It
I
is.
always have it in something. It's in braids, it's in buns, it's in something. It happens to be the same one today.
But somebody else said that a couple days back. So
What can I
maybe
say?
it's more often. And look, I always have hats, so it works.
I call bullshit. Oh, Days of Thunder was 1990. We were just told.
Okay.
Cold trickle.
Cold.
God,
That's right.
How do
Cold.
you have so many fans that just keep you up to date with stuff?
Because
Why?
we're losers and they like drinking with us.
Well, why not?
Yeah, I mean, the
Not
bars are
losers.
just opening up. They haven't
We
really.
love you all. Come to girlshirt2.com. All of your people.
Shit. Why?
Yeah, we're having a good time.
All right.
Okay,
This
guys.
is so real,
Yes,
you guys.
Thank you so much for coming on with us tonight.
Thanks, Michelle.
We had a blast.
Yes,
Thanks a
All right,
lot, Michelle.
thank you.
Thank you.
Fun.
Yes.
Awesome. Take care, Michelle.
Guys, I faked her out. I stayed on.
I might.
That's
So
right.
I just so you know, I might lose my feed, but you're still gonna hear me, okay? Just so you know.
That's not that fun.
I know.
What's
You.
What about your pretty face?
I'm on low battery apparently, so I might lose this feed with my face, but you guys you'll still hear me. All right.
I mean, you have a charger, right?
It's upstairs. I'm not getting it.
Fuck them
Fuck,
steps.
fuck them steps. I'm not getting them. All right. While you were drunk,
I am not drunk, man. You trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed
Do you think a six-pack is acceptable?
while you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more do you need to know?
well,
That's the thing.
yeah. So I'm gonna start off with a touchy subject. Marcell Ozuna is a piece of shit. Marcell Ozuna from the Atlanta Braves apparently choked his wife out and threw her against the wall. Yeah, I saw that, and yeah, he should be suspended. Like he should never. and again, I know we have an asshole here in Philly in Herrera.
Yeah, we're not really on board with it though.
He should not play baseball this year. He should be suspended for the rest of the year and probably next year. I don't know.
Herrera didn't get that.
Okay, so can I ask you, like, when these guys are getting called out for like DUIs and excessive weed smoke or whatever, so you think like we would not have football teams if we just wiped them all out?
Right, but
abusing.
You don't think that's happening behind the scenes? They're just paying to cover it up.
I'm actually really shocked at your response, Whitney.
I'm a girl. I don't think it's right that happens, but I think it's a slippery slope, and if you're going to go a route, you got to go hands down completely
all the way. No, don't.
Yeah, don't. We're not going to play this game individually.
Yeah, like I'm not excusing what he did, but he did get counseling, and those two they're married.
Oh, Herrera.
You're talking about Herrera.
Yeah.
But Azuna, Azuna strangled. He strangled his girl. I think it's his wife. I'm pretty sure it's his wife. Or girlfriend, whatever case is. He strangled her. I mean, his hands were around her neck, strangling her. He could have killed this woman.
Well, you know what? Look what Michael Vick did. I like dogs more than I like women in most cases, and
Michael Vick also went.
He's back up and going.
But Michael Vick also went to prison and did his time.
He did. He did repent, but like, I don't know. I'm so over the Me Too cancel culture. I'm sorry. I love women. I love all of it, but everybody's kind of just there.
Yeah, all right.
I think it makes us look weak. If to be honest, I think it makes women look weak. Like punch him back, and be the one who ends up in jail. That would be my advice for her.
Right.
Oh, wow. All right.
No, that's interesting. I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting more of a fuck him, like from everybody, not just you. Everybody, like fuck him. He shouldn't play for a year.
Well, the boys are like sitting pretty because they're treading lightly because that's what the society we've created.
No, they're not.
It's
no.
Look, I mean, I'm somewhere in between on a lot of different things. But yeah, no, choking somebody and throwing them through a wall, and as a male doing something like that to a woman, no. I mean, I can't get behind that.
So what is, and I don't know enough about the story. Like, was the police came out, they took pictures, they showed the marks, and like he admitted he did all this, and she was not at all aggressive?
I don't know about that. She basically called.
That's the problem.
The police were called.
Right, and I don't know the whole story. And I'll admit that I don't know the whole story. I'm just saying I can't get behind.
I just know too many people who the girls have gone cray and like gone after a guy physically. And then what is he supposed to do?
No, I know there's been situations. No, there's been situations and circumstances.
Leave. Great answer.
There's been situations and circumstances where I've sat there, like the Kareem Hunt situation years ago, where I was like, I don't know, he didn't do as much. I felt like he might have gotten overcharged for it, but
wait, y'all are in the same place?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Oh my God, that was the trippiest thing I've ever seen. No, I thought he was in one location and y'all were in a different location.
No.
And then he just stood up and talked to y'all, and I saw the worlds collide.
Yes. No, I mean,
she's like George Costanza. Worlds are colliding.
I know, you can't let the worlds collide.
But no, I mean, so I get it, and I hear what you're saying. There are situations and circumstances where, you need the whole story before you start to make accusations and whatnot.
Y'all can't just be like doormats just because you're a dude.
Right. And I get that.
It's not fair.
Yes.
It's not fair.
It's not. And I don't know the full, and like I said, I didn't read up on this. I don't know the full situation. Ryan, I don't know how much you read up on it.
Right, but then if she's coming at you like that, you don't got to choke her. Like you can
you said leave. Was it you who said leave? I think that's a great answer. Okay, that was a great answer.
Yeah,
with the mask and the alcohol. I like it. No, I'm saying I think that's a great answer. Sometimes they'll follow you.
Oh, absolutely.
And the only thing I'm saying is that you can only take so much as a dude, right? Before you lose it. And I know this. Like my husband, he was a 3-time state champion wrestler. He has one trigger. It's when you touch his nose or hurt him in the nose, or if you try to wake him up when he's sleeping. If I do either of those two things, I expect to get just like whatever crazy wrestler reaction might happen. You know, like just know your role, girls. I don't know what else to say.
No, that's a good point. I get that because like it's never acceptable to me. But
yeah, it's not acceptable, but it happens because people are people. They're human.
Right. Like, there are females that, you know,
punch back. Or hit.
They ask for it. They keep pushing
100%.
buttons.
I agree with you. And I don't think what you're saying is at all chauvinistic or wrong. I think it is wrong for somebody to come after like some submissive female who like can barely like speak up because she's so timid. It's like another thing. If you come after me, I'm coming back at you, dude.
Yeah, right. You slap me across the face, you're beating on my chest or punching me in my back. What am I supposed to do?
Exactly. Like, let's just go head to head, and then nobody's fault. Whoever wins, wins. I mean,
yeah, unfortunately, some shit gets broken in the house. You know, neighbors call the cops.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully somebody intervenes. If not, if he dies, he dies. I don't know what to say.
You accidentally threw her down the steps, and now she's dead. She can't cook you dinner.
Now we're getting real heavy.
I didn't push her down the steps. She slipped.
Oh, it
was my story.
I'm sticking to it.
Oh, yeah, you went from, you guys are pacifists, this and that now.
Yeah, we took it down there deep.
The pendulum has swung.
Guys, I don't even know if I can post this on my website.
Sure, you can. It's okay.
Here's the one thing I've said about our thing is I said I will not sponsor anything I don't authentically support or believe in product-wise. And I will not show up glammed up for our YouTube stuff because that's not me.
Right.
Like, you get what you get.
Right.
Take it or leave it. I hope you take it. If you don't, you don't. Whatever.
The sad part is when you're married to somebody or you live with a significant other and you get into an argument, emotions do take over sometimes.
Hell yeah.
And there at certain times you just got to try to exercise self-control.
Sure.
Well, I guess that must be harder for dudes. Cause like I'm throwing punches left and right. I guess you guys are like scared of what could happen if you did the same.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you old fat bitch! You fat bitch!
And here comes Sean with the sound bites. We missed you, Sean.
What makes you think I did that?
Because my ears are ringing from the sound that you just did. It was so loud. We were having a great conversation. You had to.
No, I heard the whole thing.
Okay, I doubt it.
It was good. It was a good conversation.
Where you been, dude? Where you been?
The walls are thin, and when you're taking a piss, you can basically hear.
I'm just so crazy, like
right above where we are.
Mind blown that y'all are actually in the same room.
Dude, she was blown away. It's like her worlds were colliding.
It was crazy. Man,
when you got off the talk to Gary, it blew her away that we were in the same room.
I saw his hat go out of one window of my Zoom and into another window, and it was just like confusing as fuck.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we try to be high tech.
What are you drinking tonight, Whitney?
So some orange flavored vodka and tonic with like ice. I had some ice. Now it's all melted.
How were you feeling before you came on the show? Were you already like kind of feeling good?
My head is pounding. So we have like I get migraines with pressure situation changes.
Right.
And it rained today.
Yeah.
So my head is a little bit pounding. Probably I've indulged a little bit more than usual with the orange vodka to try to alleviate the pressure of my head. Y'all like Michelle though, right? She's great.
Oh, no, Michelle's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. Everybody likes her more than me. I'm trying to just prove myself.
What?
Stop it.
Don't say that at all. No, Michelle was cool. Yeah,
Well, I'm
absolutely.
glad you said it because you saw.
No one loves me.
No, we're just kidding. Now,
See, that would deserve a punch.
Nobody cares. Nobody loves me.
See, Whitney, see, if that was in person, he gets a pop in the fucking eye.
Yeah, he needs a punch.
Oh,
right.
I would punch him so
All right,
fast.
so let's move on. I'm gonna move on to the next story. I don't want to bring that one up. A fan runs onto the court during the Sixers game last week. There's been this just goes on to the list of issues at NBA games and MLB games too. There's been fans fighting each other in the stands. People are wondering like, oh, what's going on? You know what it is? People have been locked up for a year and a half.
That's the pinup energy.
They have all this rage. They have to get out.
Yeah, like everybody's like, we're out. Yeah, let's fight.
I've been in a brawl fight.
Wait, boys, can I ask you? Wait, in fairness, what is your favorite baseball movie?
Major League.
The Natural.
Favorite baseball movie?
Today, Junior.
That was funny. I like Adam Sandler. You
Was
guys are
Green-
all
Green.
missed. You want to know what? You've all missed the boat. It's Moneyball.
Moneyball is
That is a
actually
great
a really
movie.
good movie.
That is a great movie.
Moneyball. But you know what? It holds a sour taste now because it's changed. I mean, that
Yeah,
movie-
we just talked about how much
baseball.
analytics is.
That's when it
That's
started.
what makes baseball boring.
All right, on our story, and we were talking about it earlier. Gary, what did Nick Foles do?
He turned down an offer to come back to the Philadelphia.
Allegedly.
Who knows that for sure?
Allegedly, it takes at least two men to hold. Never mind. Anyone who's watched Leonard Kenny knows.
This is the saddest story of the night.
Whitney, you a Leonard Kenny fan?
No, but I'm a big Dick Nick fan.
Oh, there you go.
All
Well, are you a fan of Nick or just a big dick?
Yeah,
I feel like I could be both.
Why is it got to be one or the other? Why can't it be both?
Jesus.
It's a package.
Jesus Christ.
See what I did there? That was a package.
Oh, yeah. Look at the package.
Flick that.
Well
bean.
done. You're just as immature as we are. You know what? You got to come on more often. That's for sure.
Anytime, boys.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you fit right in with us, idiots. Yeah,
I don't know. That doesn't seem like a compliment.
no, it actually.
It depends. I mean, you know, if you like
Peterson-
idiots like
Dave
us.
Peterson said Moneyball. That was his favorite movie as well.
Good, right? Okay, you have good taste, Dave Peterson.
That's
I don't
right.
know how you're seeing these things and I'm not.
I just brought him up. Look.
It feels unfair. You
you
have
see-
access to these
Yeah, look,
comments.
look at your screen.
I see him now.
See him. There you go.
Moneyball. All I see is Dave Peterson. Moneyball.
That's right.
Well, there you go.
That's all you need to know.
It doesn't seem like a lot of info.
That's the way a comment works. You read the person's name and then what they wrote.
Okay, well, Dave Peterson, we'll talk later. This is weird. Okay,
Female Dave.
boys, I have to ask you, how do you feel confidence-wise with the owner of the Eagles and the decisions he has made in recent weeks?
Ooh, that's all right. So what's the scale? 1 to 0, or
I mean, like you're desperate to get a new owner, or you feel like he's got a plan. Like that's 0 is you feel like he's got a plan.
I won't judge till after this season.
No, that's a cop out answer.
That's a cop out.
Yeah, that's a fair weather fan answer. Okay,
The owner, or the owner, or are you talking about the owner, or are you talking about
the GM,
Howie Roseman?
GM will work. Yeah, I mean Howie, everybody's pissed at, right?
But he's had a good off season.
No, the owner.
He has had a
I'm
good
okay with the
offseason.
owner.
Yeah, same here. This.
Yeah, but the
But
owner.
the owner is endorsing Howie.
Yes, that's
He's
Right.
had
the
a good
owner's an
off
extension
season.
of Howie.
I get he is.
Exactly.
But the Eagles have never, the Eagles, I'm going to sound just like them, but the Eagles have never had this kind of success since he's been here through their history.
Okay, if you could rewind, let me ask you this. and it came down to who you're going to keep, Wentz or Foles, would you go the same way, knowing what you know now?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean we talked about this. We all agreed, and I know you disagree, but we all agreed that Wentz was the move to make, and we can't go back on
You guys have got to follow Wentz on his social media.
Yeah,
but
you will see that he has many passions.
Like
football is not his biggest one.
Hold on. But we would.
Her question was
what we know now.
Right. So now you can look at Wentz's social media.
Knowing what we know now,
Nick Foles ain't even a question.
Yeah, I'd have kept Foles.
I wouldn't have given Wentz that extension.
No,
that's for sure.
Oh, sure.
No, you who gives up a quarterback who won the Super Bowl?
The Eagles do because that's what they do. They
Well,
win
who
a Super
gives up
Bowl.
a quarterback?
How'd that work out for us, y'all?
I know.
How did that work out?
Let's put this in perspective here. Nick Foles was never a great quarterback. He caught lightning in a bottle and played 10 amazing quarters.
The dude took on the heaviest load that anybody could take on, and he had
Get deep.
Okay, thank you for that. He had like the least amount of chance to showcase his excellence. He did it, dude. Everybody counted us out. He took over. He got it done. Great job. Guess who called the Super Bowl winning play? Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
What are y'all saying right now? I'm so confused.
I'm saying thank you, Nick. He's a legend here. I appreciate what you've done, but he's not.
But do you think he's not better than Carson Wentz, who has done nothing other than get hurt and care about his hunting?
Physical ability wise, no, he's not better than Carson Wentz.
I agree with Ryan on that.
And his mind's not in the game, guys. Have nobody noticed?
Well, okay, so Whitney, what's your thoughts on what's your thoughts on Jalen Hurts? What's your
okay? So I have a jersey that says Jalen, so I'm a little probably partial to that.
That's all right.
Okay, but I love myself a running back. I just love people who showcase the fact that they like their whole life revolves around the team. That is the last thing that I've seen from Wentz ever.
I understand, but
he is not into football.
Okay.
It's not his passion.
So moving
That's
on.
Okay, it's just not a cool quarterback.
So moving on from Carson, moving on from Nick, we now have Jalen Hurts as our quarterback. Have you done your research? Have you followed him on Instagram? What is your thoughts on Jalen Hurts?
Well, no, Jalen Hurts would not be our quarterback, right?
Jalen Hurts is our quarterback. Right now.
They've already said that flat out.
Well, I mean, who else would it be?
Yeah, but he is. He's
the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not Joe Flacco.
Okay, so then I guess my advice would be to put everything you have into him, support him as best you can. I mean, what could we do now? Like, what are our other options?
I agree, but you've researched Foles and you've researched Wentz.
No, I have not researched anybody. The only thing I've done is follow them both on Instagram and Facebook, and I can tell very clearly which one football is more important to.
Here's your options. It's Jalen Hurts, and he has to show you what he has this year because he has a full 17 games now to show you.
Give him some toys.
And if he doesn't do well, you have 3 first-round picks next year.
Wait, can I tell you what my biggest frustration is? I didn't want to get rid of Doug.
Yeah. You know, I gotta be honest. I understand that too. I hear you. Man, it's tough.
I don't think it was anything that went wrong that year had anything to do with him being the coach.
No, I don't blame Doug.
Some of his game day decisions, though.
Yeah, I agree with that, Ryan.
So I agree with that too, Ryan. Ryan, I don't know which one Ryan is, but I agree with that as well. I will say
the only way to let him do his thing. He straddled him. He told him what he had to do. He wouldn't let him be
exactly. But I don't think Doug actually was like the game player. Like, look at if you listen to the mic on the Philly special call. It was really that Nick Foles picked the play, went and did it, right?
Well, but that's one play, and he.
Okay, but it was a Super Bowl winning play. You cannot discount that.
No, the Brandon Graham strip was a Super Bowl winning play,
and the Zach Ertz fourth.
The Philly special. I swear to God, boys, if y'all try to claim that this was not like a great call that Nick broke up,
but it wasn't the only play.
It wasn't the play.
Bowl.
That wasn't
it's the one that got the job done.
No, the
it
one
wasn't.
that got the job done was Brandon.
What are you
and
saying?
Barnett recovering the fumble.
Okay. I'll give you that. Okay.
And Zach Ertz catch on 4th and 1.
Ertz is a great guy too. I love him. I've met him. I've hung out with him in a bar.
Nice.
I'm just saying, I just cannot understand how you guys don't hear when you hear like what they have showcased on ESPN, and you hear the whole transaction between Doug and Nick.
No, it's
and Nick
great.
is like, this is what we need to do. If that doesn't give you mad respect for a quarterback and not let you realize that Doug as a coach needs his own coaching. Like he cannot just make the call on his own. He needs help.
Now, I mean, my favorite part of that, and you were talking about, have you ever seen it? Like, watched it 100 times. My favorite part of that is Doug Peterson looking at Nick Foles for
whatever you want to do. Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. The split second when he says you want to do Philly, and Doug Peterson looks at him for a split second, like,
beautiful.
Are you crazy? Are you out of here? And then he says, let's do it. There's this, it's one of the greatest moments. Like,
but it wasn't Doug who called it up. It wasn't Doug who made it happen.
Listen, it's Nick says it. Doug's eyes light up, and all of a second he looks at him like, you got to be an idiot. And then all of a sudden, within a split second, he says, yeah, let's do it.
So I might be a total idiot, y'all, because and this could be totally the case, but I'm just saying, in my thinking, I think Doug needs a little bit of like pushback from a quarterback. I don't think Wentz is the guy to give that pushback.
No, I thought it was the opposite. I thought that Carson pushed back way too much on Doug, and Doug didn't have enough of a back.
No. I think where the problem is that Nick gets the team amped up. Wentz is only like, he's so logistical. He's like, this is the play we're going to do. This is why we should do it. And it might all be right, but his team members are not like amped up on the community. Does that make sense?
Totally.
I think no. I do think there's something about
his teammates hate Wentz's teammates hate Wentz.
No, I don't think they hated him.
Okay.
I didn't think they hated him. I think they relied on him too much. I think they relied on Wentz.
He wasn't like a hype up man. He wasn't like, let's all come together. We got to get this done.
Hey guys.
Like Foles was.
Yeah. All right. So I just lost my feed, but you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, you guys cannot deny that.
No. I think it was Wentz going, hey guys, praise Jesus, and then it all just,
okay.
And then all just rolled out.
I think Wentz was a little arrogant. No, we're not running that play. We're going to do this. There was a severe disconnect with him, Peterson.
Foles was the better leader.
Are we talking about who's the disconnect with, Foles or Wentz?
No, with Wentz and Peterson.
Oh, yes. As it should have been, because Wentz doesn't fucking care. Y'all, go look at Wentz's Instagram. For years, he has been into his new wife. He has been into his new baby. He has been into his hunting company that he has started.
He's just like 27 years old. And he got laid for the first time. Like,
I don't care what the reason is. I'm not trying to justify that. I'm just telling you facts are facts. And you could tell his passion is not football right now. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the truth. But if y'all choose to not see it, you want to take a blind eye to Wentz, that's okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, Wentz is gone. We don't.
I'm donating my fucking jersey. I'm not wearing his fucking jersey anymore. They're fucking.
I know, right? How
cried,
much shit do I have that has Wentz on the
cried,
back of it?
He cried to get out of here. He cried to get out of here, and
Oh
he
my
got his
God.
way. And good fucking luck in Indianapolis. And I hope he plays 17 games and they make the playoffs because then we get a third first-round pick. And then he breaks his.
I hope he trips on a sewer.
Jesus.
And goes face down. I mean, I'm sorry. Sorry, Carson.
No, we need him to play well this year. So
Now,
we
this
get a
year
first-round pick.
we need him to play well this year so we get the extra first-round pick.
What if we just go way down and we get first-round pick because
And then he
we
can
were
get
so
impaled.
shitty?
And then he can get impaled by a fucking 12-pointer.
You guys, I cannot believe you are still team Carson.
He's a fucking Nick Foles.
I really wanted to respect you guys, but the fact that you're still Carson Wentz team.
We're
not a Carson Wentz team. If Carson Wentz plays well, it helps the Eagles.
This year.
On what planet do you think that's happening?
You don't think Wentz plays 75% of the games in the Colts?
Let's just put it on your YouTube or wherever you keep all of your stuff. I am, for the record, saying that if Wentz leads the Eagles to 3 winning home games,
They're not. He's not going to lead the Eagles because he's a member of the Indianapolis Colts.
So why are we even talking
Because
about
if the stipulation of the trade, if the Colts play,
Oh
if
my
Wentz
God,
plays
this
75% of the snaps, and the Colts make the
we
playoffs,
literally pay to get rid of him. We're paying to get rid of him. Correct?
it's like the
We
Kraken.
are. Hold on,
Yeah,
Callie.
it's like the Kraken.
Callie just said maybe Wentz can use Foles' dick as a harpoon.
It's like a fucking unicorn.
I gotta meet this Callie.
It's like a unicorn.
He just pulls his dick.
You don't fuck with a unicorn.
I mean, no, get the fuck out of here. I don't care who takes your place. I need him out. This is how I know, you guys. I am a female. I know that the way you post things has a lot to do with your priorities. Carson's social media is baby, dog, hunting company.
Right.
Every once in a while, we might get a football picture.
What's his hunting company called?
Wentz Brothers.
The Wentz Brothers, huh?
Yeah, it's real creative. But all I'm saying is he's got other shit going on. Football's not his thing. He's realized that. He doesn't care about it. I got that from very early on.
All right.
I mean,
Moore has a point.
did you hope that Nick got taken out that last 2 seasons ago and Wentz got back in? Were you really hoping that?
Oh, no.
When did he get? No.
You saw Wentz on the sideline walking up and down with his big dick energy, not as great as Big Dick Nick's energy.
Yeah.
Wait, Wentz has a big dick too?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know anything about Wentz and his, fallacial stuff. But I'm asking if you really back then. Were you hoping Wentz could come back?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't get it then.
You gave up a lot to get him. You gave a lot of draft capital.
No freaking shit. And that's where the problem lies.
All you could do is hope that it would work out.
Yeah, we spent this much money. We hope it's worthwhile. But
this isn't just a Wentz problem. This is an Eagles.
So it's the Howie, or what's his name?
What other team have you seen move up to get a guy at number 2, and it just turned into this?
What other team have you seen the number 1 draft pick get hurt because he's fucking hurt prone?
Baltimore Ravens.
And oh my God, let's talk about that.
Injuries are a part of the game. You
Oh,
can't
man.
blame a guy for getting hurt.
Okay. Okay. You guys are just clearly Wentz fans. I don't know how to work against
Not
it.
anymore.
No,
No, they're not.
But no, and it's
No,
not,
you guys are a little bit wency.
no.
You're a little baby, wency
Little
baby.
bit wency.
Yo, that's the name of our show. A
Little
little,
bit
bit
wency.
wency.
With Fran Dunphy.
Little bit wency with Fran Dunphy.
Dunphy.
Okay, well, I'll send you an invoice for that.
All right, sounds good. Now we do have to wrap up the show.
Oh, I like your go out beat. Can we
You
do
like
it
that?
again?
You like
I
that?
do. I really did.
It's actually called Big Dick.
Is it really?
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
The song's called Big Dick.
You found this?
Yes.
Shut up.
I told you.
False theme song.
I don't hate it. Yeah, I like it.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Listen, Whitney.
This. Now it's been fun, guys.
It was a fucking blare.
I have overstayed my welcome, no doubt.
No, listen,
Here's my question: when we have you guys on our show,
Yeah.
who's coming?
Depends on what you mean there.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Who will be showing up for the video segment? Is that
yeah.
better?
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
We'll definitely pay for it.
Yes.
Think about it. Pick your best guys.
Yes.
Well, I don't
All
know. Wouldn't that be you that's deciding which one
Yeah,
of
it's
us?
up to you,
I mean,
right?
It's not my draft. It's yours. Sean,
Okay.
I'm giving it to you.
You can't give it to me.
Yep.
You
You
can.
pick your best players. We'll see you when we see you.
all right.
All right. That's
All right, y'all. It's
Yeah,
been fun.
this is a great show.
Thank you.
So, Whitney, one more time, tell the people, because you were on for most of the
Oh
show.
my God.
Tell the people-
Do you think people still care at this point about
Tell
what
the
I
people about your show, where they can find it.
Girlsthrow2.com, you guys. We got you. We'll get you out there throwing bags. If you have to go watch your boys throw bags, you might as well be throwing with them.
That's right.
Absolutely. That'd be
Awesome.
It was such a great time having you tonight. It was awesome. Corner Pub Sports. We'll be seeing you next week. Whitney, hold on a second. We'll see you guys next week.
Sean, I love you guys. Y'all are awesome.
Get us out.
I cannot get rid of you, though.